Well, I'm a little bit late, but you know what? It is what it is at this point. I'm still fired up about the Titans loss, but I'm here to hang out with you. So, New England and Tampa Bay, Tom Brady makes his debut. I mean, the last time we saw him here, the Titans beat him. So, there we go. Fournette, they can't bring him down. Huge gain for about 15, 20 yards. So, yeah, if you guys want to talk about the Titans at some point, feel free to chime in about the Tennessee Titans. Like I said, didn't do an official post-game show. Might have Titans Rossi joining us. So just happy to be here, hang out with you guys. And like I said, we got 22 of you in here. That's great. Don't forget to tighten up that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. But no, most of you probably already subscribed. So, yeah, I am too. Tighten up 13. I very disappointed. Run to the left side, almost to the 40-yard line. Wise Jr. and the Pats are there to stop 0-0 in this game as they're going over the starting lineups on Sunday Night Football. But, you know, it was one of those games we kind of knew it was going to be a joke to begin with. Kind of after everything kind of transpired, you know, it was 9-0, then they went down, it was 9-7, and then halftime. You know, that's tough, you know, and it just seems like it's raining there in New England. It just seems like we could never get out of our own way. I guess I'll just say that. What's up, Upload? Over Chicken in the house. Sad. Yeah, it was very sad for the Titans. And I don't... It's one of those games, I think you play it 10 times. The Titans probably win 9 of them. But, you know, Wilson broke contain many times, threw it down the field, and we didn't really have an answer for it. You know? I mean, eventually we did, but... Boost status quo remains the status quo, which means we never can be a serious team. And there's something to that. That's why we never get the respect that we, you know, need. But, you know, it's better to lose early than later. We lost last year to Cincinnati, but then it doesn't make me feel any better because we were one and done in the playoffs. So we did end up winning the division. But like I said, Colts had a big win today. Shout out to them. Brady back to pass all day, throws it. Overthrew his tight end without Gronk today, 4th and 5. It is raining, so the Bucs will have to punt. Hopefully they don't have an 18-yard punt like we did today. So, yeah, there's always that. Keisha said we always fall into the trap games. We do. And like I said, they're just frustrating kind of how that game went. Just a little frustrating how it went. So, all right, Bucs will kick it off. And Clay, what's going on? Thanks for joining us, buddy. Thanks for difficult game today, I know, but, you know, hopefully we'll be able to bounce back next week. So, 3-time Super Bowl champs, people chanting FJB at Talladega. Oh, my goodness. Wow. But that's interesting because he touched it and then he lost it. And it went out of bounds. So they're going to say he didn't have possession of it. Tighten Up says, yeah, we've had rough regular season games, but we can go back to them 2019 pulling for the upsets in the playoffs. And then I feel the Titans play better when they seem to be the underdogs. That's definitely true. Clay says he likes Tom Brady. Just something to that with how everything kind of transpired today. You know, Henry ends up going for over 150. McNichols plays out of his mind. Landry played, I thought, pretty well. Autry did okay as well. And then, obviously, I think, you know, Christian Fulton came up big, but I don't know if it's the safety's fault. I don't know if it's Shane Bowen's fault, but it's somebody's fault why the defense just gave up those huge plays. And then offensively, we never could figure out 3rd and short, 3rd and 5. Heavy blitzes, 7 sacks is ridiculous to this point. I mean, just to put this into context, last week, the Bears started Fields against the Browns, and I believe Fields got sacked 9 times. And people in Chicago were calling for Nagy's head, Matt Nagy. So saying how incompetent he was, didn't really prepare Fields. And then I look at our situation, and we have veterans across the board. Yes, we don't have our starting wide receivers out there, but you should be able to make a block and have 7 sacks against a team defensively that's pretty decent in the Jets, but the Jets defense, the Jets and team in general. I mean, they were sloppish at times, dropping balls that they should have caught. That's frustrating. They're 0-3. 0-3. Pats might want to sign Henry to a one-play contract so he can run 99 yards. Very true. NWI drops too many balls. I mean, the one, and I made a point of this in the watch along. I don't know how much you guys watched or seen that. There seemed to be over 1,000 people at the end, and I don't even remember what I said. I was just so frustrated. But I do remember making a point that with Westbrook-Ikhine, he was never brought in to be the number one. He was never brought in to be the 2 or a 3. Heck, probably not even a 4. So when he's being depended on out there, the one guy that I don't think has any excuse, and he's usually a security blanket, maybe he's not fully healthy, is where was Ferkser tonight? Ferkser's usually that security blanket. If it's a 3rd and short, heavy pressure, Tannehill finds Ferkser across the board, and it just didn't seem to happen. So Patriots, again, get the ball back. It is raining. They're at the 20-yard line with Mac Jones. Motion. See what they can do with running the football or play action. I'm not sure. Bucks got beat last week to the Rams, and we saw the Rams go down this week. Good pursuit by the Bucks. You ain't running on them. Harris, probably -3, -4. Bucks got a very solid run defense. And with Sue in that front line. Then they got Vidi Villa, Golston. Their front line is Barrett, Stud, Levante David, Devin White. So they got some studs on that defense for the Bucs. But yeah, the Rams ended up getting pretty much beat down by the Cardinals today. Shocking, I know. Is that a fumble? That's going to be an incomplete pass. They're going to rule it's a fumble, but that's got to be an incomplete pass. I don't think he held on to it. Stupid stuff like this, It's like, I get it. You want to play the game and you want to let them, but he don't have the ball, does he? He poked it loose. It's a lot closer than I thought, but the bobble might save New England. The bobble might save New England there. 30 of you in the house. He said, I'm going to try to take this, especially if the game's close, just more of a hang out with you guys to see how you guys are up to. And like I said, majority of you are probably Titan fans. So it is what it is. If you're a Jet fan and you ended up subscribing, you're out to hang out and share your points, that's fine. I mean, if I was the Jets, are you excited with Zach Wilson? I mean, there were certain parts I think he messed up, but for the most part, he wasn't scared to throw it deep. So give the Jets credit. I mean, I have nothing bad to say with the Jets whatsoever. Oiler Titan, our team is like 60% ready right now. Line isn't there yet. No game breakers at wide receiver right now, but they are coming back. Defense will get better. No Dupree, Farley, Hooker, Brown, Jayon. I thought Jayon played a little bit today, but yeah, he didn't look. He made the great shoestring tackle. I remember pointing him out, but in Oiler Titan, I completely agree with you. I guess I get fed up because in a perfect world, that makes sense, but there is no guarantees Julio Jones is ever going to be officially healthy. This might be all year. Plays a game or two, then he's out 3 or 4 games. Plays a game or two, then out 3 or 4 games. A.J. Brown, a hamstring can pop at any time. So now that he has one, he's not playing next week. Don't buy into any of this garbage. They are not playing him or AJ. Or AJ and Julio aren't playing again next week. So they're going to try to do what they can. Now, the issue, as we are on a timeout, by the way, the issue kind of presents itself for the Titans is another game where Derrick Henry gets 35-some carries. I mean, may not be a big deal right now, but if you're going to keep giving him 30-plus carries and you still aren't winning games, like this is one of those games that if you lost and Derrick got 20 carries, Derrick got 35-some carries. You know what I'm saying? Like Derrick, if it wasn't for Derrick, I don't know if the Titans would have even been in this game. Excuses, we all got excuses. And it's time to put those excuses to rest. Focus on what you got. You should have beat the Jets today. I don't care who should have played, who could have played. Again, I'm not trying to be a jerk when it comes to Marcus Johnson. I'm just saying, like, during our little watch-along party, it's frustrating, to see the receivers hurting out there and hear all week about how great Marcus Johnson looked in practice, but yet we're still not out on the field. So that's the frustrating part, and until he comes out there and shows me what he can do. And Matt, you're right. The offensive line was brutal. I don't have any excuses for them. Call is reversed, so they will turn it around. That's a close play. It's bang, bang, but the bobble, I think, end up saving the Patriots there. But back to Matt, yeah, the offensive line, I think there was a mixture there. I think Tannehill not reading when the blitz was coming and being able to maneuver out of that. And number two, the offensive line not giving him any time whatsoever. Ravens red zone in the house. Your team took me out of the Survivor. How can the Titans lose to a CFL team? I don't know, man, but give yourself credit. Lamar ended up playing. You went to Denver, took out their quarterback. You win again. Pittsburgh, I bet you're loving that. They lost again. Cincinnati, I know they're 3-1, but good job, Ravens red zone. Keep winning. Keep winning games. Who knows? At this point, I'm hoping to play in the playoffs. All right, Mac Jones to pass. Hits the back out of the backfield and picks up, a few yards past the 20 on third down to Bolden, but not nearly enough. And they will go ahead and punt. And again, this is one of those games, I think, with New England. They're not very, I don't think New England's very good at this point. They're not as good as the Bucs, but you know what? It's Sunday Night Football and anything can happen. And I think at this point, it's the NFL. And I heard it this week. I know I didn't do a whole lot on YouTube, but, I heard it all week. The Titans, they got to go out. They're going to win this game, and they're going to do this and do that. And it's just frustrating because it is the NFL. They play the games for a reason, right? Not every team that stinks is going to go 0-17. There is a flag on the field. Today's game almost killed my enjoyment of the NFL. You're going to get those games. Last week we're fortunate, to be honest with you. 3 turnovers against the Colts. Carson could have maneuvered at all last week. I think that would have been a different game. So we should be thankful that we at least survived that. But you think you would have got some improvement today. Now, the Titans didn't turn it over, which is exciting. So here we are live from Gillette Stadium. Most passing yards, Drew Brees. But we think Tom Brady will pass that tonight, unless Drew Brees comes back out of retirement. Biohazard, I love Tannehill, but he needs to learn to get rid of the ball. And it's even one of those things like sometimes he only had like 2 or 3 seconds to get rid of the ball, but the problem he was running into was not seeing that blitz coming. Or, you know what I mean? Or Todd Downing's not innocent here either. And a crucial point in that game, you're having Ferkser staying home and trying to block. It's not his strong suit. Swaim didn't have a catch tonight. Ferkser had a drop. It was a tough play, don't get me wrong. There is Fournette. Bounces out. There he goes. Good block. Oh, he missed the block there, but that's okay. Fournette's still going to pick up enough for the first down. Super chat time. Thank you so much, Zach, for the super chat. Says Derrick Henry is going for the gold jacket this year as fans want him healthy for the Super Bowl. I bet he's asked for more opportunities. So how do you feel about that, Zach? Thanks for the super chat. Do you want him to keep getting opportunities? He's definitely right now like putting the team on his back. Now, it wasn't successful today, but gosh darn it, he almost did it. He kind of rejuvenated this team from the dead as New England has it, Tampa Bay has it 1st and 10. Power Hour in the house. What's up, Upload? You okay? Seems like you've been talking people off the roof today. It's frustrating. Thanks, Power Hour. Got to go follow Power Hour. There's Mike Evans. Oh, gosh, yes. Jackson's got a point. That should have been offensive pass interference. But it's weird. And that game, too, there were a couple missed calls. I'm not going to blame it on the refs, but, some of the Jets fans thought the refs were bad, and they were to the most part, but we got kind of taken on a few, especially that hold. That really would have solidified the game. It would have put them Fournette on a screen pass out wide and picks up enough. First down, Tampa Bay as they keep moving. Well, actually, I got the shorts and the shirt. So I got the authentic shorts a few years ago. They're pretty cool, actually. They're stitched. I really got into like college shorts back in the day. So, and then I got the shirt to match, but I'm not a huge Nova. I like Illinois. So, but Villanova's been, for the most part, pretty good over the years. So, penalties killed us too, especially when we get going with Derek and then the flag would come out. And injuries. Let's not lie. I mean, injuries were a big concern. Derek is on track for 2K again. I just hope we don't wear him down too much for the playoffs. Can you give me hope? I'm sick to my stomach about the losses, Mr. Weezer. There's Steve Belichick. Now, that guy is an interesting guy, okay? That's an interesting guy, I'll tell you that. Can I give you any hope? There's no sugarcoating it. They have a lot to fix. I guess the only good thing that comes out of it, Brady back to pass, does complete it to Evans, first down, and Bucs are on the move. 6:36 and counting, first down inside of Patriots territory. The good news for the Titans, this is all happening in the beginning of the year. We have not played our best football, not even close. Week 1, the Cardinals are 4-0. Week 2, come back from the dead, win that game. We should be very fortunate, by the way. Could have easily lost that game, and we'd be 1-3 right now with the rest of the division. Last week, another situation where Brady play action. He's going to take a shot deep. He's got Evans. Evans down the field, all the way down close to the 20-yard line. Big play. Play action. Brady hits Evans across. You know this game means a lot to Tom. And I'm sure it means a lot to Bill. But I just feel like when you're talking about the Titans, you get this stuff out of your system now, and then now you got to keep progressing. And it's a game you lose that you should have won. So it's like the Cardinal game, even though they're undefeated right now. Like when you open up at home, you got to win that game. So they're just going to have to find another game they shouldn't have won. They probably shouldn't have won Seattle. They won that. So Kansas City, Buffalo, get a win there. And, at the Rams, that could be a game where I didn't really envision us to win if you get that one. But, going 13-4. And if you go back and look at my prediction video, I'm now 0-4. You guys do realize that, right? I took the Titans over the Cardinals. I took the Seahawks over the Titans. I took the Colts over the Titans. And I took the Titans over the Jets. So right now I am stinking 0-4. That's why I don't pick games anymore. So I think I had us going in that simulation like 13-4, which is the highest I've had them this year. So don't be shocked if we go 4-13 the way I'm picking games. I'm terrible. Sorry about that. But honestly, I don't know how many of us would feel about a tie. I think, though, it does serve a purpose at some point in a tiebreak situation. Like, you come back to it, it could mean the difference, especially with it being in the AFC. But like I said, once they got across midfield, they kind of they took the pedal off the gas. It was just weird. It was just a weird, and I know that they only had one timeout and they burned it a little early, I think, but they just didn't have it tonight. They weren't gelling on all cylinders. Quick pass. Oh, they read it good, but Antonio Brown does catch it and turns something into nothing. Turns nothing into something, let me tell you that. Tom Brady could have easily got a pick six there. That was not a well-designed play at all. Don't feel bad. Only game I've been right about so far is us beating the Colts. This is just an off year. It's tough. I have that feeling. I did tell my wife this morning, I did tell her this. I said, I just don't feel good about this game. And she's like, oh, no, be positive, all that kind of stuff. And I just said, I just don't know. It's like one of those games, And sure enough, it had an eerie feeling from getting inside the red zone, settling for field goal, and then giving up that touchdown. Tom Brady over the head of the tight end there. It just, and then once they got out in front, I just didn't feel confident on our offense that we were moving the ball effectively. And then that drive came out of nowhere to give us life with Derrick Henry, who ran 50 yards. During the 18-year dynasty of the Patriots, they were notoriously bad September, October, always figured it out. We're hard out to come playoff time. I believe in Vrabel. Keep the faith. We got this. I like that comment. Thank you, Zach. I'll put it on screen one more time. There's your positivity, Titan fans. Zach bringing it. He's right, though. New England lost like 30-0 to the Bills in week 1, and then we're able to find a way to come back. Brady in the end zone, almost intercepted. So they're going to have to settle for a field goal. Good job by New England to shut that down. I am still angry about it is an embarrassing loss. What's going on, Titans? Rossi, hopefully your post-game show was the fans left feeling a little bit more energetic, so to speak. But it's tough, man. It's definitely tough being a Titans fan today. Arizona and Buffalo in the Super Bowl. Well, did Buffalo look good today? I mean, come on. Buffalo 40-0. They were 17.5-point favorites over Houston, and they showed up. Corey, he should have had 2 touchdowns on that one play where we got real fortunate. He crossed left, field goal up and in real quick. So Tampa Bay is on the board to start the game. I don't know which one's which. We'll see if this is right. There we go. So 3-0 Tampa Bay. But yeah, so anyways, keep a long story short, when Wilson rolled to his – no, this one would have been before the roll. I forget who Wilson ended up throwing it to, but Corey Davis – oh, he ended up throwing it to the tight end in the flat, and he underthrew him, but guy should have still caught it. Corey cut across this way and was wide open, and Wilson just flat out missed him. So that could have ended the game right there, so we're very fortunate. I hope Henry doesn't end up like Barry Sanders, Hall of Fame player with 0 Super Bowls. I'm still confident he can get there, Justin, but the defense didn't have Bud Dupree. Jayon Brown's probably not fully healthy. We're still waiting on Caleb Farley. But the defense showed signs of growth today. Did get after Wilson. There were a lot of pressures there, but they got to come down with a few sacks. I mean, this is getting annoying right now. Putting heavy pressure on the quarterback and just letting them get out and make plays. But I do think the Titans will rebound at some point. It sucks that you lost the game you should have won. You don't play very well next week, you're going to lose next week too. Let's be honest. So got to put in perspective. I'm not sugarcoating it, but you don't play well next week. Jaguars are fairly capable of going out there and winning a conference game, winning a division game. They did it last year. They won 1. They've lost ever since, but they did beat the Colts. ERTYU0078. They better be back soon with Julio and Brown. Matt says the fantasy league missed you today. Titans and Truth will get his first win today. Congrats to Truth. Henry's still our most consistent player, shows up every week, and it's got to probably hurt him the most for today. And the other stinky part is the Jets got to get ready for that trip to London. So, I mean, if you're a Jets fan, you could probably beat Atlanta, and now you're 2-3. Remember, we lost 5-11, the Panthers team, and went to the AFC Championship game. I'd rather lose a couple in October than in December. And like I said, it's a good point. Hopefully everything will work itself out. It's early, 17-game schedule. But again, push come to shove. I mean, you got to realize too, if we win the division, there's a difference between being the 4 and the 3. There's a difference between being the 2 and the 4. Heck, you could have got the 1, but it is going to be frustrating. If you end up with the 4, you're going to play the best team that's not a division winner. And sometimes that team's going to be better than a division winner. Last week we ran it, or last year we ran into Baltimore. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, Patriots, Jones back to pass on the 25. Does find his receiver across the middle. So, Bourne, first down, New England, as they're moving the ball. 4:38, down 3-0 here. So, New England moving the football. Hunter Henry out there. Didn't Jonnu Smith get hurt last week? Maybe not. I don't know. I thought I read something that he got hurt. No, Jonnu's out there. Never mind. There's Jonnu. So the run from Taylor goes really nowhere. So the return, they're calling it. It's definitely had the hype. So far, the game's kind of, it is what it is. I'm not mad about the loss, that it's a game we should have dominated. It shouldn't have been close at all. You're right about that, Steve. All right, Mac Jones, back to pass, 2nd and 10. Eludes pressure, got all day, and incomplete. Henry dropped it, but it was tough coverage. Titans 10-7, Colts 9-8, Texans 4-13, and Jaguars 3-14. So that's tight ups prediction. Tighten up 13, 9 wins the division along with the Colts. Keep playing how they're playing. And then how do we manage to lose yardage on every first down and overtime? That's Todd Downing special. Definitely a concern. You're right, Yanksty. You're definitely right. That once we got across midfield, I don't know what the heck we were doing. You only hope that Henry would have, there's a blitz. They hit him and intercepted. Are they going to throw a flag for the roughing? Let's see. Winfield Jr. with the interception. Mac Jones got lit up. You never know with helmet to helmet there, but they're not going to call it. I want to see the replay and see if he got lit up. Oh, they're not going to show it. Go figure. Yeah, he just threw it up to Harry, and it just kind of bounced up in the air. They didn't show the replay, but it looked like Mac Jones got destroyed on that one. The forbidden one, not too worried. We're injured. Our division is not too good, and also Titans do better as the underdog. That's a good point. We do. Titans Rossi, we don't want to just win. Yeah, we want to go further in the playoffs. We got to set ourselves up, but we got to get to just playing good football. And right now, we're not playing good football. If we would have won tonight in overtime, trust me, I would have feel a lot better, but I'm not going to go like bragging about how awesome we are. We got to make some improvements, you know? And again, I saw, I guess my point is, you know, McNichols played great. There were some really good play calls to McNichols tonight. But I do think receiver-wise, you know, Cam Batson, if he's going to play some snaps here, he's going to have to make more than one catch for 2 yards. He did get a touchdown. You know, Rodgers disappeared for like 2 quarters. Reynolds looked like he hurt his knee, and then he comes back. He was okay, but he's got to make those catches down the field. That could have changed it. Ferkser, he didn't really do a whole lot for me today. And then the sad part is, like, Hudson, who made a great catch, don't get me wrong, and got a lot of playing time in the beginning, ends up getting carted off. Our O-line has to be better. No excuses there. Oiler Titan Buffalo plays KC next week. Then us, and then nobody until Tampa late. So, but we won't lose the rest of the year. They'll be the number 1 seed in the AFC. Buffalo is an interesting team. They didn't look good against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh hasn't won since week 1. They're actually 1-3. They're also another team that's not playing very well. But, I mean, Buffalo, 40-0. You know? Kansas City barely won. You know, I mean, I don't think Kansas City's playing their best football either, but you know they'll be playing better. I don't know if he would have scored. It would have been close, but it would have made a heck of a play. The Titans would have had a chance. He's got to bring that in. And where was he all day? You know, like, he's Tannehill's security blanket. He wasn't Tannehill's security blanket today, that's for sure. MB, we're horrible, sad but true. That's a Metallica song, isn't it? We're just not good enough. Mainly in the passing game. We all knew that defense was going to have to step up today, and they didn't. And, you know, they stepped up in the first half to give the offense a chance to blow that game out open, and then we know what happened afterwards. So then the defense kind of fell apart in the second half when the offense started to pick it up a little bit, but still not too much consistency. So Tampa Bay after the turnover. Oh, sorry, that was Whitehead Jr. That was Winfield. Bucks 2-1. Rams lost today. You guys can see them, the ticker. I don't know what your, some of those games, the Packers won. Brady going down the field, overthrows his receiver. So it'll be 3rd and 6. Johnson, the intended receiver. Patriots hanging in there. Brady kind of maybe pushing a little bit. Zach says Reynolds looked pretty good, especially consider his first real action in the year. AJ and Julio back are number 3. We should compete with anybody. That's the hope. It's just the confidence level of having these guys come back is not AJ Brown, but, Julio is definitely a concern. And again, the Marcus Johnson guy, it'd be nice if they can get him out there this week. If he is doing so great in practice and he's now going to get healthy, he got reinstated from the IR, he could have came up huge today. There will be some jobs in danger if Jacksonville wins next week. I don't know. We'll just hear the same old stuff. Got to coach better, play better. I don't know if anybody's job is going to be in jeopardy at least this season. But Sweet Peach, I know that we'll be hearing a lot here on this channel about it. Sweet Peach says Oiler Titan Bills dispute. Diehard Outdoor says Titans killed all my parlays. I live in Indiana. I've seen a guy at the gas station after the game with a Henry jersey. I almost punched him. Sorry about that. When everybody picks the Titans, we always lose. Just what it is. I think we did win last week, but I'm not sure if everybody picked us. So Fournette, 5 rushes for 38 yards. It's Byron Leftwich. Got to see Byron Leftwich play, actually. It was a cool thing. We went to Marshall one year. And we played Toledo for the MAC championship game. All right, Brady back to pass. 1st and 10. Finds his receiver, Evans. Shout out to Evans. Some of these guys are just so consistent. They're always there. They're always accountable. Hopkins always there. Evans seems to be always there as well, especially for Brady. That's a perfect fit for him. But, man. Oiler Titan had to shut out, then called off the dog. Yeah, I know. Then it's like, well, they ended up beating us deep. Looked like the Titans were, Brady play action fake to Evans. Evans doesn't have anything. Good defense. Vanoy, is that Vanoy again? They picked him back up. So literally like 1 yard will be 3rd down. But yeah, the Titans, they played really well, in the first half with their defense, and then it's just like all heck broke loose. The ghost of Marcus Johnson. This is like, man, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's like I hear so much about this guy, People write about him. People are on social media about him. Local media is all in on him. We're going into week 4 now, or actually week 5, and he still hasn't been on the field. I don't know what to expect from this guy, but how much he's been hyped up. Probably would have won today if he played. Nice play by Antonio Brown. Throws it down the field, 20-yard line. It just seemed like something we couldn't do today when the ball was thrown to some of these guys. They could not adjust. But you saw Antonio Brown. The ball was underthrown. He went back and got it. Good job by Antonio Brown. Then they come back for it. Jones kind of slips. So, can't believe he's still playing. Hey, Tyler, what's up? Titans Time Podcast. Still trying to recover from the loss. Marvin, speak no excuses. Next man up. You're right. You didn't hear me make any excuses today in the watch party, though. I'm just telling you they didn't play very well. It is what it is. But only 25 likes. Everyone in here acting like the Titans kicker. They're not wanting. That's a good one. I'll give you some claps. Now, I think everybody's just kind of like blah at this point, including myself. I was really intrigued with this game, but as the quarter's going to run out. But after the Titans lost today, kind of sucked the life right out of us, BB15 says we should have won. Devin Abbott's vlog says A. All Zach Wilson did was direct traffic all the time. Anytime he got out of the pocket, you just throw it deep. So, All right, so we ended the first quarter. It's kind of a boring quarter. At least we got to talk Titans, I guess. I don't know if that's a good thing, bad thing, but the Bucs 3 and the Patriots 0. 71 of you in the house. So shout out to you guys. We're going to have Titans Rossi join us a little bit later. He's supposed to be playing tonight. That's what I heard. Bucs are kind of banged up in the corner spot. Supposedly Sherman picked up the playbook and he mastered it in less than a week. Everybody was surprised, and he's going to play tonight. I mean, the stories I hear, it's just, I don't know. Maybe he did, but it's kind of laughable, at this point. They were either going to play him or they weren't. I don't know if it has anything to do with picking up the playbook. Steven says we haven't had a complete team in so long. Diehard Outdoors says I do feel like the Titans defense would step up. They would be a Super Bowl contender. And, they were playing decent. They came in the league, or this week, like 15th in the league for total defense. They got to do a better job. They were getting a lot of pressures, but, they weren't creating a ton of turnovers. You're talking about Julio Jones. Played in a couple games. He did really well against Seattle and then didn't do very much against didn't do really much anything against Colts. I mean, he had a few catches here or there, but he's definitely is it a foot? Is it a hamstring? MB said practice squad receivers were asking 3-4s to play. You're right. And that's not fair. Perfect world. We can say next man up, which is fine, but these guys, honestly, Nick Westbrook-Akina, how many other teams would he start for in the NFL right now? Chester Rogers, how many teams would he start for? I think Chester, he's been doing really good on the kick returns. So that's kind of his thing, the punt returns, I should say. So, that alone is giving Rodgers a very valuable piece of this team. I don't think you can actually get upset with him. He had a bobbled one today, but he's done pretty good there. As far as receiver goes, he's playing okay. Don't get me wrong. Rodgers is doing okay. He's not the reason why we're losing, but I don't know how many other teams he would start for. All right, Brady, 18-yard line. Cam Batson, another one. I don't know how many teams he'd start for. 2nd and 7. Brady packed the pass. Got time all day. Throws the ball, and he just outreaches Evans. Evans probably should have had it. Brady threw it a little bit high. 14:56 second quarter. Bucs are driving on a 3rd and 7. We'll see if they have to settle for a field goal like the Titans did. But Brady had all day and honestly just kind of should have been caught. Evans knows it too. Jackson was on the coverage. Jim Schwartz, maybe it's time for him to take over. Bowen showed improvement, but how that game, you can't give up 24 points to the Jets. That's terrible. Or 27. Brady and Fournette drops it. So, not a great start in the second quarter for the Bucs, and they'll have to settle for a field goal. Ryan Suckup. That's a good point. It wasn't. They blew the they don't want to blow the whistle any other play. They'll let people just get pushed like the guy got pushed into the end zone earlier when he was stopped. But, man, when Chester Rogers makes a play and it looks like his knee did go down, they blew it dead right away. And you're right. His knee never went down. Now, I haven't seen if his elbow or anything like that went down, but I think that looked pretty good. Good call, Matt. That's a very good call. All right, Suckup on for a 36-yard field goal. It's up. It's, no good. Suckup misses. He's like, hey, I used to play for the Titans. So the Suckup's been pretty good, though. But, yeah, he kicked it wide right. Oof, no good. 3-0. All right, we're going to take a quick break. And we'll be right back. All right, we're back. New England 1st and 10 on about the 26-yard line. Try to run it, goes nowhere. Flag, could be a hold. This would back them up. How big was that mishold earlier for the Titans game? I'll still go back to that. I thought that was huge in the it was the overtime, I think. Would have backed them up to 2nd and 20. But unfortunately, they didn't call it. And that's too bad because Landry did everything he's supposed to be. He can't help it. He's being held. A little bit. We would need Herschel Walker type trade. Mike Vrabel is a bad coach, says Dashville too. I've been saying this for years. He doesn't know what he's doing. Matt says Vrabel's an excellent leader, motivator, morale guy. His decision making is definitely questionable at times. That's why we need a real coordinator to call plays. And I mean, I'm not going to jump ship on this one, but the screen pass to Jonnu goes nowhere. Good defense by the Bucs. The Bucs are just super quick on defense. But I will tell you, the coordinators are suspect at this point. I mean, Todd Downing, I'm just not. I mean, I want to see what he'll do with the full team. You know what I'm saying? But the offensive line, Keith Carter, some of these guys, these coaches, they gotta figure something out. Radon's not even dressing again. All right, back to pass, 2nd and 18. Mac Jones elutes the pass rush and throws a dart, and now it's 3rd and short. Good job by Mac Jones to elude pressure there. And honestly, I'm kind of interested in maybe come out with a video this week on Ryan Tannehill. But it would be interesting. I know my wife was upset about his performance today, but are you impressed? Were you impressed with Ryan Tannehill? I mean, do you not? My son doesn't blame him at all, but some of you don't blame him at all, but some of you were on him a little bit. So I'm very interested in see what your opinion is. All right, Mac Jones back to pass. Wide open. The Bucs just forgot to play defense. New England down to the 50-yard line. Good play. Here comes the march. Maybe this is the Myers with the big catch. Maybe this is New England's drive to score some points. 13 minutes and counting. Mac Jones going to change the play. I like it. Building some confidence. Why not? All right, 48-yard line. Jones. Oh, kind of threw it high. Still, these should be caught. Yeah, I do think the Titans play 9 out of 10 games against the Jets. They win 9, or they play 10 games. They win 9 at least. But I don't believe the Jets were better. If you go back and look at the game, the Jets scored and made big chunk plays on broken plays, like the play where Wilson drops the ball, picks it up. Titans just lost contain. They I think they were all trying to be super aggressive, and it ended up biting them. All right, Mac Jones, 2nd and 10. Here comes the pressure. Gets rid of it. Pass is complete to Bourne, I think. And it's going to be obviously short, but Mac Jones under duress. But that's my point. Look at this. I'm not comparing Mac Jones to Tannehill. Tannehill probably takes a sack there. Look at the heavy pressure. But Jones gets it out quick. Boom. Out. Takes a hit, gets out. Tannehill just didn't do that tonight. He just didn't do that. So, but you know what? We're not taking hits consistently like he is. So I'm just shocked he stayed in the game and he's healthy because he took some hits tonight. All right, 3rd and 5. Here comes the press again. Got rid of it. He will. And the receiver didn't turn up. They're going to call flag. I was going to say the receiver forgot to turn around. Master Jedi in the house. I've been watching highlights from other games today, and I saw dominant teams dominant. I'm assuming you're talking Buffalo. Can't help but worry about the Titans team are the Browns of 2019. Well, I'll tell you what. If we played the Browns, I think the Browns would wipe the floor with us right now. It wouldn't have been close today. I know they only won 14-7 over the Minnesota Vikings, but let's not kid ourselves. You know, Minnesota beat Seattle last week, so Minnesota very capable. Played Arizona at Arizona, lost. Should have made a field goal at the end to beat them. Didn't do it. Lost by a couple points. You know, so when you compare Minnesota to Tennessee, I'd say even though we got a better record, I'd still say like Minnesota's playing okay. So, you know, we're going to have our work cut out for us. We're not playing well. We're lucky to be 2-2 right now. All right, ball up the middle. Oh, man. Hopefully the running back's okay. He took a nice little pop there. So it'll be second down, 11:45 and counting. I don't think Tannehill is a great pocket passer. He does best play action rollout bootlegs, and they were number one in the league against that. So, and they didn't disappoint. What I meant is that we were overhyped preseason. Yeah. I think we were a little bit too. And I was kind of drinking the Kool-Aid myself. I'll be honest with you. I was very high on this team. I still am. Nice way to elude the pressure from Harris. Still only picks up a couple. I mean, I do think we have one of the best players in the entire National Football League in Derrick Henry, but I just don't think the offensive line's gelling at this point, and I'm hopeful they will. Like I mentioned earlier, it is a little frustrating that a lot of these draft picks over the last 2 years are not participating. Fulton is, but, you got Isaiah Wilson, who just signed with the Giants practice squad, so he's obviously gone. We don't need to keep bringing him up, I know. Darrington Evans, a guy you drafted in the third round, he's probably literally played in 3 or 4 games in his entire 2-year career. That's a concern. And this year you got, Caleb Farley, who I was super pumped with, and I'm still excited for, has a setback with his shoulder, and now he's been out. He hasn't played, and who knows when he'll come back. I'm surprised he's not on the IR yet. And then Dylan Raduns can't even get on the field. He is healthy, and he can't even dress. Down the middle of the field to Bourne, go all the way to the 30-yard line. So on a 2nd and 20, it's going to lead up to about a 3rd and 2. So they're taking clock, and they're moving the football. And, yeah, I'm not sure we had a lot of adjustments. Tannehill has taken too many sacks. Not all his fault, but if it was Marcus back there, we would have had several more against. You're right. Tannehill did a good job of protecting the football. He took some wallops today. Could have easily fumbled those. He did kind of fumble one and got it back, luckily. But, Tannehill didn't obviously play his best, but, in those kind of conditions, it's hard. And then when he does make plays, there's a pass out of the backfield, first down, New England. So they will move the chains. Bolden gets a first down. I just think we got a lot of issues that we're gonna have to address if we're gonna be considered good. But like I said, there we go. Indiana sports talk. We're gonna hear a lot of Colts talk this week. Colts are back. They're back. Good win today over the Dolphins. No, serious. That's a good win. Good win. Even though it's Jacoby Brissett, still went on the road and won a game. Good job. All right, pitch out. Bolden again goes literally nowhere. That Bucs rush defense is tough. So, if you got up against the Bucs, they're gonna try to take away Derrick Henry, and I think some teams can do that as far as what the Ravens did to us. Not many, but a few can. You got to have something else to open it up, and we'll see what, A.J. Brown and Julio Jones can do when they're healthy, but I just don't see them playing well. You're 1.5 games back. You're close, but you're 1.5. Just throwing it out there. But no, in the loss column you are. Mac Jones, you got to catch those kind of plays, man. They're going to call the flag on that. And see, that's the thing, too. They're going to call that a flag, but in our game, they didn't want to call it. Colts, you're worse than us, says Josh. I'm just disappointed that our offense isn't what it was last year. And basically the same offense plus Julio Jones. But we are, no excuses, but yes, we are severely hurt right now. And that's a penalty. But again, there were some close calls today that didn't go our way. But we gotta figure out what's going to happen with wide receiver. Literally our top 2 wide receivers are out. Reynolds just getting back from injury. At least he was on the field, able to make some plays today. But like I said, it's frustrating. And then the tight end position, now that Hudson went out, Pruitt's been a nice find again, bringing him back. But like I said, we got to get Ferkser healthy too. All right, Mac Jones across the middle for about 5 yards on 1st and 10. So, you're just dinking and dunking down the field. That's what you can do. Is Mike Vrabel really capable of being the head coach that we need? I think there's some question to that. I think Vrabel's built up enough equity within the Titans that he'll be around unless he chooses to go elsewhere. But him and Vrabel, or him and John Robinson, have to figure out what they're doing in the draft. I mean, Mac Jones, touchdown New England. Wow, what a play by Mac Jones. Hits the tight end, Henry. And the New England Patriots are on the board. So I'll just give them the extra point. And it's 7-3, New England. Nice play there. Good protection, offensive line. Giving him time. Mac Jones making a play. You see him moving his feet. Doesn't freak out about it. Good job by the young quarterback. Nice job. Extra point up and in. Nelson on IR. How long? How long is he out? Do you know? Is he like a 3-week IR? Or is he out like for the year? Pat's up 7-3. Saw the PI against us today, not called. Yep. Upload. I was just thinking the same thing about those calls tonight versus the Titans today. Same nonsense, but ours wasn't called. Yeah, it wasn't. You could have that last play in the overtime on the 4th down where we got bailed out. I mean, you can argue that was a close play too, but there were some plays earlier they definitely missed. You guys remember the one where Reynolds is they're tugging his jersey, you can't even see his numbers, or you can't see his name on the back of his jersey because it's being pulled down. They didn't even call that up. At least it's a hold, right? 16 carries, 102. You should have did that last week. I mean, I was shouting on the rooftops. I'm not even a Colts fan. Like, Jonathan Taylor, 10 carries for 64 yards. Why do you not give it to him in the red zone? Did you see the protection of the Pats? Definitely, MB, you're right. They can do it. They definitely can do it. Even with bad officiating, we have to beat teams like the Jets. You're right. We shouldn't have been in that position. Yep, Reynolds. I mean, I get it, but he's still got to make that play. Jonnu was a big loss, but Corey replaced with Julio, which was an upgrade in my opinion. When he plays, right, Billy? When he plays, I mean, question why Corey Davis costs a lot of money, and I don't think they were going to pay Corey that much, but Corey, you saw what the Jets did with Corey. They got him involved. They kept throwing it to him. Whether he catch it or he didn't catch it, they kept throwing it his way, and Corey eventually it paid off. We would be a type of team that over Corey's career, we would wait till the second half to throw Corey his first pass. I don't know if it's because Corey wasn't open, but that was part of the issue too. They didn't want to get Corey involved a lot of the time, and Corey can go up and get 50-50 balls. I mean, that's kind of his game. He made a play today. He should have made 2 plays. Did have a drop. I thought Christian Fulton made one heck of an interception against him. Read the route beautifully, but give Corey credit. He didn't stop. He kept fighting, and Corey ended up winning the game. It's the AFC South. Just chill. Also, that one play they called Rodgers down wasn't down, and we still scored on that drive, but still, good point. It's out 3 weeks. Okay, I figured it wouldn't be out for the season, just for how things have been going with him. Kind of like he comes back and then he gets hurt and comes back. So hopefully he'll be okay though, because I know that's going to be a tough loss if he doesn't come back again. But it looks like he'll be coming back sooner. All right, Patriots will kick it off. It's through the end zone. So New England 7, Tampa Bay 3, 8:28. We're going to go down memory lane. I don't know. If you were a Patriots fan, I'm not sure how you'd feel about this game. Seeing Brady back there. T-Town Brown, what's up? He said, what's up, Upload? Why do you think the Titans? I don't know. They've been doing this our entire life. I would even argue they did this back when they were the Tennessee Oilers. Look good week 1 against the Raiders. Play the Chargers, who weren't very good week 2, and end up losing at home. And that's why the Oilers were always 8-8. All right, back to the ground. About 6 yards, maybe 7. But yeah, they are soaking it up. This is a dream come true for NBC Sunday Night Football. Die Hard Outdoors, Titans, Colts. Josh, so he's watching the Colts. Die hard. LOL. Colts are going to get smoked on Monday Night Football. I don't care how they are in prime. They used to be in prime time. Oh, they're playing the Baltimore. They don't match up well against the Ravens, but that's why it's so big for the Titans to get out to a nice big lead, you know? Titans could have been, 3-1 today? Colts 1-3, 2-game lead with Baltimore coming up next week. If Vrabel don't get rid of these coordinators, I mean, coaches and their coordinators, let me tell you. I still think the jury's still out on these guys. Like I said, I'm not going to jump ship, but there are some warning signs out there. You know, there are some warning signs. False start against the Bucs, so that will back them up. The Titans, most like Jekyll and Hyde team in the last 25 years. You're right, Rossi. You're definitely right. Indiana Sports Talk says we played Monday Night Football next week versus the Ravens. We played good on national TV. Going to be a good game. Wentz should be around 90%. I'm shocked that Wentz is still standing, though. Brady pass complete. Antonio Brown for about 9. Close to 9, maybe 8. But yeah, Carson Wentz, after seeing him hobbling around last week, just never know, especially you play Miami. Miami's not afraid to give you some shots, so to speak. We know from experience. Says our O-line hasn't played one game together all soon. So, yeah, you got guys coming back as well. Jags game looking spooky. As an educator, doesn't it pain you to read poorly executed statements? Little bits. Watching this game, waiting for the Bucs to go up by 30 low any minute now. Well, here goes Fournette. He's got a first down on a 3rd and 1, 7 minutes and change. Bucs still down 7-3. Watching this game, waiting for the Bucs to go up by 30. I mean, it's what was the score against the Bengals last year when we played them? I don't know. Did we lose in overtime? Can't remember. But it was a painful game. 31-20. So I guess we played a little bit better than the Bengals game, but still. Down, 17-7. There's a sack of Brady. Is that Judon? Yes, it is. Baltimore, I'm sure going to miss him. Probably right. Ravens red zone. So 2nd down and long. 31-20. Let down games happen on all teams. Look at Super Bowl 42-46. The lowly Giants beat the powerhouse Patriots. It happens. It just happens to the Titans a lot. At least you can argue at least the Giants made the Super Bowl. You know, the Jets, they might only win one game all year, but then again, Colts would know that's what happened to the Colts last season, right? Lost to the Jaguars, and they lost every game since. So Brady back to pass, running out of time, and incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and long. Give the Patriots credit. They've come ready to play, and obviously Belichick knows Brady and probably best than anybody. Mac Jones definitely looks like the best rookie QB so far. I don't know. How did Fields look? I mean, Fields looked awful last week, but I think that a little bit on Nagy for sure. But it's good to see him bounce back because I actually like Fields. Let's see. Mac Jones, definitely the best. Okay, so you guys are agreeing with Mac Jones. 5:45, I should say. Play clock running 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brady gets it off. Quick pass. Read beautifully. Beautifully by the Patriots. It'll be 4th down. You know, I feel bad for game balls because McNichols deserved one. He played out of his mind today. 81 of you in here. Don't forget to tighten up that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We'd love to have you. We're almost up to 1,000 views already, which, to be honest with you, we've pretty much talked all Titans game. It works, though. I'm just out. We're just hanging out. Like, if I was watching the game with you somewhere, I mean, we'd be talking Titans anyways. So, just throwing it out there. If we were like Buffalo Wild Wings, we'd be talking Titans. All right, punt. Not an 18-yard punt. and it's going to be down at the 32-yard line. So y'all have a good evening. Hey, you too, Master Jedi. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry the whole fan-to-fan thing never worked out for us, but like I said, we'll figure out a way to get you involved, man, because you are very talented in your writing, and we'd love to have you on the channel still. So I got your contact stuff. I'll be in touch. Rossi and I are kind of figuring some things out this week, and we're looking to expand a little bit. Not going to lie to you. We and him are looking to expand and just trying to find continue to build on the foundation. So I don't think you give game balls when you lose. That's why I say it's unfortunate for McNichols, because probably would have got one. Matt says Brady is going to have laser eyes in the second half if they come back out losing. You ever see him get fired up? I mean, you think Jordan's bad back in the 90s with the Bulls? There's some pretty crazy stories on Brady out there. So, but this one's definitely not going the way that he wants it to be going at this point. At the end of the day, it's the Patriot or the Bucs don't want to lose 2 in a row. Lost last week to the Rams, to lose to the Patriots. But you know, the Bucs, they overcame a lot of adversity last year. They got killed by the Saints 41-3. They lost the first game of the season to the Saints as well, and they found a way to persevere and get it done. Yes, and I'm working on the logo right now with the rebrand. So, like I sent it to Rossi. We're still trying to figure some things out with it. It's not perfect at this point, but the person doing it, I like the concept. So if we could just figure out the color scheme, I think it's going to be good. I am the foundation. Nice. One of the originals with Neely. There was a Neely reference tonight, Matt. I don't know if you caught it. What was that? Was it Derrick Henry had like 14 carries for 69 yards? And I said, you know what? Neely's watching above, and probably wouldn't have a smile on his face right now, but at that time, probably would have had a smile on his face. You know what I mean? And we know he wouldn't have given up on the Titans. He would have thought they would have been able to pull it out in the end. As that game kind of wore on, like, we were just kind of hanging on for a threat. I don't know how confident I was that we were coming back to win, but I'm usually a negative person, but it's pouring there. I need Brady to have a bad game. He is starting Al Pierce against me. Shout out to Al wherever he's at. Who would you say is the best? Jesse says the best rookie quarterback. Gosh, at this point, I don't know. They've really struggled. I think the record coming into today was like 1 and something. And San Francisco, their rookie played today because Garoppolo got hurt. Must not have fared too well because they lost. Logo doing Oilers colors. There is a lot of Oilers colors in the logo, I'll tell you that. There's a lot of red and sky blue, or I should say Oiler blue. Brady is just, as Matt said, he's got those laser eyes. But there's an injury. So we'll have to see what happens there. Mac Jones completes the pass. Myers, they move the ball about midfield, but he is hurt. He is hurt. Yes, you're right, Die Hard Outdoor. He is hurt. You think Dupree, AJ, and JJ sit next week? Yes, I do. I don't see them playing. I think you have an outside chance of playing Bud Dupree, but I honestly think A.J. Brown and Julio Jones might be out a while. And I don't want to do doom and gloom, but when it comes to that hamstring, if you bring them back too soon and pull it, and then we're out another 3-4 weeks, that stretch is coming up. So I think ideally you'd want them back for Buffalo in the Monday night game, but there's no guarantees they'll be back for that game either. And what's painful is I don't know how, after watching what I saw tonight, I don't know how we would end up beating Buffalo. But then again, last year, I didn't know we would destroy Buffalo, and our defense was terrible, but yet our defense played really well that game and took Allen out of his rhythm early, made him turn him over a few times, and the Titans squashed him on 2 days of practice. So anything's possible. No, I mean, Clowney did, like he had a high motor for us. He didn't get any sacks, but he was out there running around at least. I never faulted Clowney's effort, and then obviously got hurt because they played him too much. But Bud Dupree is same type of guy as far as like with the motor. He's everywhere. And it's just unfortunate that, he's kind of been hurt. But you want these guys healthy towards the end of the season. I know that's kind of the main concern. That's why I do not think some of these guys will be playing especially next week against Jacksonville. Your fantasy killed it today, upload. Looks like you're going to... I forgot to even check today, Rossi. I don't even know who was even on my fantasy team. We got 87 of you. We went to a commercial break. As of right now, New England's up 7-3 and moving the ball across midfield. I'm not sure. It's on NBC, so I think local channels are free, are they not? I think if you just put up the antenna up, you're good, but I would think most streaming devices would have it as well because it is national televised. Brady on the sidelines. It's raining. Not playing very well in his reunion. And I think, Kyle, you should be a little worried with the offensive line. I know I am worried. You could have had Jack Conklin, and then the line would have been solidified. You decided he wasn't worth the money, so he goes to Cleveland, and you've been trying to replace him ever since. Run up the middle, runs into his own guy, gets tripped up, and second down coming up, 340 and counting. Harris just totally kind of like hit his own guy there. You were around what happened after the 03 team lost the cause to the team that stink in 04. What was it? What was the year we started like 1-4? Is that what you're talking about? And then the Titans just went on a run and finished the season 12-5 and ended up getting a bye in the playoffs, beat Pittsburgh, but just were outmatched, unfortunately, to Oakland. And McNair tried everything in that game. I remember the Titans scored on every possession to start it, and unfortunately, we couldn't keep up with them. At this point, I mean, trade for an offensive lineman. I was on it before, and I'll be on it again. I don't understand why they haven't traded for Dennis Kelly. And I don't have... I'll get snaps here. They played the Minnesota Vikings today. See how much Dennis Kelly played again. Mac Jones all day is going to take a sack. So finally, the Bucs eat him up a little bit there. Barrett, he's been a stud for the last couple years. I don't know if I can get snaps here. I don't see anything. So we'll have to keep it up with Dennis Kelly. All right, 3rd and 17 from the 40. Oh, what is this? Some trickery. Throw it all the way across. The home run throwback. Oh, they get it all the way down to they're about 2 yards short. Based on this game, I'm not sure how this is going to go. If they're going to go for it or not. Fake. Threw it all the way across the field. And they're going to be about 2 yards short. So they'll be down to about the 44-yard line. They're going to act like they're going to go for it. 2-minute warning. Man, been a boring game. Wow, double flea flicker. Jones sack. Dennis Kelly had 11. Football Reference AV last year. He gets beat deep a lot, though. Jackrabbit did, yes. Die Hard Outdoors. Bills is doing it. Harris got hurt for Pats, had to come out. Thank you for the update. When is Farley and Radens coming back to the team? Can go this far into the year without contributions of draft picks. Rice is on the bench. Molden's been burnt. Fitzpatrick got cut. Weaver gone for the year. And then you go back to look at last year's draft class. Wilson gone. Fulton's playing pretty good. And then our third-round pick has hardly played. Evans, Darrington Evans. So, again, even last year, not very solid back-to-back draft classes. So, got a few hidden gems, but for the most part, it's going to catch up to you at some point, He played a little bit. I noticed him a few times out there. Not much, though. Trying to think of the play he was out there. Oh, my gosh. But I only did notice him once. They've been playing Chris Jackson a lot out there. He's okay. But I want to know who got consistently burnt down the field, Like, somebody got burnt, it was not going well. And so, when you think about it, too, like, they are busted coverages. The corners can't stay with their guys forever. But, again, when you got Byard 15 yards beyond the field and the ball is being thrown way down the field, unless Byard had to pick up a curl route or something like that, and then Cruikshank, I don't know where the heck he was. And if they're going man across and they're not having any over-the-top coverage, so they zero coverage or what, or maybe even a cover one, but I don't know who the heck was back there. We've had a crazy amount of injuries. Should have kept Dennis Kelly. I agree with you. We should have kept him. Borders, he got beat too out there today. I'm not sure how much he played, but yeah, he did get beat. Jesse says we do have a lot of injuries with our best players, and yeah, a lot of broken coverages. And once he got contained, just chuck it deep and make a play. And then Cruikshank was the one with the big pass interference on Corey. You're right. All right, here we go. The GOAT. What are we doing here? What are we doing? The swinging gate. 4th and 2, they're going to punt. Doesn't shock me. They're just going to play defense. Still waiting. What are we doing? Play clock's at 0. Now they throw the flag. Like we're in a huge delay here. I'm not sure what the heck's going on. Punt team is out now. They were out. They're in. They're back out. 7-3. Oh, what a boring game. But again, our game was what, 9-7 at this point. Punt. Oh, it's going to take a good roll. They down to the 4. So New England is what a hop that took. So Bailey gets the hop. Nice job. Well done, my friend. Well done. Waylon in the house. We didn't win, but at least our division isn't great. That's a good point. Oiler Titan Hooker is coming back next week, hopefully. It's been I don't think Cruikshank's played terrible. I thought he's played okay. He's played a lot better than McDougal or whoever that guy was. So, Diehard, I was hoping the Bucs was going to decline the flag like the Jets coach did one year. And then D.D. Nadler says, can the Titans win next week against the Jacksonville Jaguars? They should. But if they play like they did today, they didn't even turn the ball over. So is there there looks like there's serious injury out there. By how it looks and how players are reacting, it probably means someone's going to be carted off. I don't know if I want to see this. Davis, he pulls up. Not sure what happened. Pull a quad? Oof. Man. Usually you see like a hamstring or something, but that was the front, like is where his quads were. There's Sherman. Could you have used Sherman today? I don't know. I won't go down that road with you guys. Another injury. Yeah, a lot of injuries. 17 weeks. That's why I'm not really a big fan of the 17 weeks. I'm done complaining about the media not giving us credit. We deserve our inconsistency. You're right. I mean, T-Town, you're right. All right, 5-yard line. Brady back to pass. Quick throw. Complete. Antonio Brown's had a few catches this game. I don't even care about power rankings until we win about 4 or 5 in a row. And I don't even know if we're going to win 4 or 5 in a row at this point, how we're playing. But I think we'll improve. I wish we could have got Sherman. It's still raining pretty good in there. Brady back to pass, 2nd and 6. Loots the pressure, gets out of the pocket. Finds his receiver down the field. And now the Bucs are moving the ball. 113 and change. Hit Goodwin. And bringing the card out. Look at Brady, though, getting out of the pocket. Most of the time, Tannehill didn't even get a chance to get out of the pocket. He was just being converged on both sides. But heck of a throw. Good catch. 7-3. Brady is going to go in with the 2-minute drill, bread and butter. DD Nadler says every good team lost to a bad teams today. Well, the Buffalo didn't. Buffalo won 40-0. They were a 17.5-point favorite, but Colts found a way to win. Good for them. 1st and 10 on the 36. Should say 37. Brady back to pass. All day. Throws the ball down the field. Another completion. Good catch. So good one again. And now 1-6, 1-5, 103, 102, 101. 1 minute to go, first half. Goodwin is tearing it up. All right, Brady back to pass again. 1st and 10. 2-minute drill's been a success. Wide open, first down. Hits his tight end. 39 seconds. Bucs only got 1 timeout. Notice they didn't use it like the Titans did at this point. You always want to keep yourself alive with that timeout. Brady going to take a shot deep. Nobody there. Mills on the coverage. 25 seconds. Cardinals are on fire, man. Cardinals. Wasn't sure after they barely beat the Vikings, but you got to give them credit. You know, and J.J. Watt, I don't know what he did today, but coming into today's game, I mean, J.J. Watt didn't even get a sack yet. And, by the way, Chandler Jones, who got 5 on the Titans, he's another one that never got a sack since week 1. Not sure how they did today, sack-wise. Cardinals going 17-0. Brady overthrows Antonio Brown, 21 seconds left. What's up, Upload? I'm back feeling relaxed. Every time the Titans lose, I feel down for the rest of the day going into the next. I mean, for us, at least we got more games to play, but just frustrating when you know you're the better team and you go out there and you don't play well. I mean, that's frustrating. And how many sacks? I mean, Tannehill took a pounding today. That's frustrating. All right, 26-yard line. Brady back to pass. Another errant pass. Antonio Brown can't bring it in 4th and 10. So they're going to try the field goal. It is pouring. It is pouring out there. Jones on the coverage. Wow. Wow, it's pouring. Brown can't. It was a tough throw. But yeah, probably should have caught it. Suck up kick in the rain. He missed the first one, 36 yards. Now he'll try for 44. And the Patriots are going to freeze him. So we'll see how that goes. Again, if you're just kind of watching us, just hanging back, thanks for being here. We got 71 in the house for a watch party between the Bucs and the Patriots. Yep, just got to get in, right? Tighten up 13, just got to get in. Biohazard, I remember before week 1, I was calling 14-3. Happy with 10-7. It's if we don't figure it out, it's probably going to be a roller coaster at this point. Change week to week. We're missing key components of our team. You can tell we're missing the energy. You're right. Henry can only do so much. If you're asking me right now, no. But see how we play next week. Play a little bit better, get some more confidence, get some guys back. I think we do match up with the Bills somehow, some way. All right, 44-yard field goal. Suck up. The kick. Buried that one. So, I mean, this game is, I don't know what I was expecting, but when I found out it was raining, 7-6. Low scoring. But that's perfectly kicked and right down the pipe. So, good job for Suck Up. Missed the 36, come back and hit a 44. Cardinals are getting back Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle from the Bills, 9 sacks, 2019. Missed most of last year, and they're also getting Garnacki, whatever. 7 sacks, 8 games last year, IR. So they're getting a lot better. Give them credit. I picked San Francisco to win, and of course I didn't know that Garoppolo would get hurt, but still, I mean, Cardinals are doing what they can, and I said Seattle won again today. So Seattle's 2-2. Rams lost 3-1, and it's the division for the Cardinals. A to Z sports fan. Probably pumped. Ricky says we need AJ and Julio. So-line's looking terrible. Might have to play a lot more 2-3 tight ends. And with Hudson out now, and it's going to be a lot of Swaim and Pruitt. So 13 seconds, probably going to halftime. 7-6. $15 of 21, 30, a touchdown, and an INT. Not bad. I mean, minus the INT. And it's in the rain. Bucs are a good defense. Years ago, when we played the Bucs at home with Tannehill, the Bucs were the number 1 rush defense and the number 32nd pass defense. A lot's changed since Brady's come there. All right, so we're going to halftime. We're going to step away and try to get our voice back. If you guys want to come out and hang out the second half, definitely stop by. We'll just probably keep talking about the game. Hopefully it gets a little bit more interesting. But right now, New England leads at 7-6. Tony Dungy, Mike Tirico, Drew Brees breaking it down for you on TV. But we'll get into it. Don't forget to tighten up that like button or like the like button. And we will be right back. All right. We are back. Let's put the scoreboard back here on check. We're good. Seeing if Titans Rossi's calling in, or not calling in, but coming on the show here soon. I don't know if I'll have a voice to continue on with this madness of this high-powered game. You guys are talking about seafood and all sorts of interesting stuff. Big Merch, very knowledgeable. What's up, Big Merch? Over Chicken is your dad. Nice. 2-0. Let's see. Brady the GOAT. Alex in the house, man. What's up, Alex? Let's see. We can beat Buffalo, Oiler Titans says, but we need our receivers and O-line to play better. Big Merch, or Big Meech. I thought it was Big Merch. Big Meech said, yeah, not really sure we're going to beat Jacksonville. I guess the good news is Jacksonville played good enough to win last week, and we didn't play very well, and we still could have won this week. So maybe we'll bounce back next week. But I don't think the receivers are coming back to save the day. Now, it would be interesting to see if Marcus Johnson plays. From, like I said, I've heard a lot of great things about him at practice. I haven't seen him do it in a game, but I've heard a lot of things about practice. So if he can get back to where the coaches feel like he's healthy enough to get out there and play, then Raiders and Chargers tomorrow night. Titan Anderson, I'm sure, will be doing that game. And then Thursday, Rams and Seahawks. Again, sure, Titan Anderson will be in that game as well, so shout out to him. Just went over there to see what they were up to over at halftime. Boring game, but he said, they're not always going to be entertaining, and he made a good point. So, but this one is, I don't know. Might be better off to just go back and watch the Titans rerun. We have to get together if we're going to beat the Bills. It's a good point. I had to keep everybody around. Lol, thanks, guys. Just realized that we have an early game to watch next Sunday. Yeah, we do. Early one between the Falcons and the Jets. And then we play again at noon or whatever. Trevor Lawrence isn't doing. I don't know what we're going to get in Lawrence, but I'm sure he's going to make a few plays, like Cole, the former Jaguar. He only made a couple plays, but man, he hurt us when it counted. So, all right, Brady, first game without the team touchdown in first half at Gillette since 2014. Elderly Florida man wins Super Bowl. So here we go. Bruce Arians not wearing his typical hat tonight. Patriots will kick off to start the second half. And we are underway in the second half. 7-6. Bucs will return it. And they're going to go nowhere. Good defensive coverage. I should say good special teams coverage. Trevor Lawrence, he looked pretty decent. You're right. Big Meech says I had the Bucs minus 3.5 at half. Dang it. So, trying to get a hold of Titans Rossi here. Don't know what he's up to. He was in the chat here. Titan Rossi, you can hear me, man. You can definitely come on the show. Just let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. 50 likes. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. All right, Brady from the 14-yard line. Run up the middle to Fournette. He's not going much of anything, but he did bounce and get a few yards. And it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 7. Jags almost beat Cincinnati, and they honestly look decent against Arizona. You're right. They saw that when we were at Nissan last week and we saw that score flash. I mean, they were with them every step of the way. They were actually winning for a little bit of that game. Why isn't Gostkowski playing for us? He would have got us that fog. I don't know. I think he's like an insurance policy if it doesn't work out with anybody else. Brait just dropped it. Got broken ribs. Uh-oh. Got a message from Rossi. Oh, he's logging on now, so we will be joined here by Titans Rossi. Man, got to catch that ball. Got to catch that ball. Fournette lined up as a receiver. He will go join Brady in the backfield in the shotgun. 3rd and 6. Play clock running down. Back to pass. Brady going to take a shot deep. He's got Antonio Brown. What a play. But a flag is down. Is it going to be a holding call? No way. They're going to call a hold on him. No way. Pushing the back. Oh! Brady not going to be happy about that one. Oh, Smith. Hands to the face. Oh, my goodness. Well, I mean, by the rule, by the law, I guess. He was definitely up high. But wow. Corey Davis did pretty good. I thought Corey Davis, he had a rough start, but he bounced back. I'm at work tonight, woke up early to watch our Titans play. Awful. Sorry, Keisha. It was pretty painful to watch the watch party. We were always holding out hope they were going to find a way to figure it out in the second half. They just couldn't do it. There goes Fournette on a 3rd and 15, and they're going to get thrown to the ground. And that was Gilmore who threw him down. Evans not excited about it. And they'll have to punt. Are we Bucs fans tonight or Pats fans? I'm going to say Bucs fans, just in case there is a little situation where New England and Tennessee's tied for a wild card spot. And you never know. That tie could have saved us today. Didn't DJ Shark Jags break his ankle? He did go out. So that is definitely a huge loss. So Oiler Titan, you're definitely right about that. Is it fair to say our season is over after? No. It's just because it's the NFL. I mean, we looked terrible against the Bengals. We were able to rejuvenate it, come back, win the division, go 11-5 last year. So the Bucs, nice little return there. Joined by Titans Rossi. Let's get him on here. Put him in the guest line and just put him on the screen. Boom, there he is, man. What's up, Rossi? How you doing?
What's going on?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right, awesome. I got to figure out how to get the screen back to normal.
Are you on your green screen?
Yeah, I'm on the green screen. I'm bringing out the bricks right now. So I got to figure out this. Who's got 7? Oh, messed that up. No, I didn't. I think I'm good. So how you doing? How did the post-game show go? Sorry I had to miss it.
Yeah, it went very well. Had about 40 people in the house. It was good. It's for a loss.
Yeah. How was the general feeling behind it?
Just disappointment and aggravation.
Yeah.
I mean, people are very aggravated. It's tough. It's tough. Um, we're expecting a lot more this season.
Yeah. Just a painful loss. I mean, we still holding. I know you're still holding out hope to the end, but how did you feel about that game as it was transpiring there in the second half once we fell behind?
I mean, I felt like, in the first quarter, we played good, like the defense played good. Um, and it just fell apart. It's like, Jackrabbit was getting beat. They had the two guys, the two receivers. What was their names? I'm drawing a blank right now.
Crowder?
Um, yeah, Crowder, Corey Davis, obviously. Corey
It's
Davis and Crowder. It seemed like they kept switching, like Fulton and Davis, or Fulton and Jackrabbit. I don't know what was going on there. It seemed like at one point he was on Davis. At one point they even had him in the slot some.
Yeah.
In the nickel. And it was just weird. It's Jackrabbit's just been getting beat, and it's just bringing flashbacks of Jonathan Joseph to me, and I'm not liking it. I hate to say it.
Yeah. We got Mr. Morris says, I've been a Titans fan since moving to Indiana in 2011. I felt depressed after this loss, but us Titan fans can't hang our heads on this loss. We have to hope our season is going to turn around. And I like the positivity there. I'm not usually the positive guy to be going to. That's more of maybe Rossi or NGB talk or something like that. But
I don't know about today.
I mean, what's your positive from? Do you have a positive take after what we saw today?
A few positives. I have one of my positives is Josh Reynolds. Um, it was good to see him come out there. Now, he missed a long catch, but I mean it was contested, But he was beating guys today. He was getting separation. And that's something that they said in camp he wasn't doing too well.
Yeah.
So it was good to see. I mean, you think if we would have just had one of those guys out there today, AJ or Julio, I mean, we might be talking about a different ball game.
I think we would. Yeah.
I mean,
think we would have.
not to give excuses, but that's what people are telling me. I'm like, don't give excuses. Next man up and all that. But honestly, that next man up thing is so overrated, and that's something that Vrabel is said over and over again. And I think it's kind of like got us almost accepting it as like a normal thing. I get it, right? Next man up. But when your next man up is Nick Westbrook-Akeen, I mean, it's kind of an issue.
Yeah, and
I mean, just
he was never brought in, and I try to make this point. He was never really brought in to be the number one or number two guy, and it just made it's a tough situation to be in when Tannehill's trying to make a play and throws a toss up to Nick Westbrook-Akeen, and it just kind of falls right out of his hands. It's frustrating. There's a fumble.
yeah.
I don't know if he got that. The Bucs did get it back. The question is, was that a catch?
Ooh.
Was that a catch?
A nice play.
Very nice play by the Bucs because the Patriots were driving. Let's see the replay here. There it is, Mac Jones. Oh, yeah. That's probably going to be a catch. He did take 2 steps. It looks like the Bucs will get it back. Barnes Boy, thanks for beating the Packers today. Says, what's up, Titan? Happy I was able to attend the stream today. You always brighten my mood even when you guys lost it. Hey, I'm just glad that you guys beat the Steelers. And I wasn't sure. Steelers got up 7-0, but shout out to you guys for the win today. But yeah, so you brought up the positivity with Reynolds. Some things about Reynolds, like number one, he's got to catch that ball down the field. But as far as him coming back after the knee injury, I was so happy to see him out there because he was coming across the middle and he made some key plays for us. When Chester Rogers was somewhere and Cam Batson was somewhere, at least Reynolds seemed to be a guy that Tannehill was trying to build some trust with other than McNichols. Like, I know you were in the stream. Did we give out game balls for a loss? But McNichols would have got a game ball. Like, he played out of his mind. He had a couple nice runs, a couple good screen passes that he took, and he just seemed to have a burst. But Tannehill's really missing those wideouts. But what about the offensive line? Like, for Titan fans, can you say anything positive about some optimism with that offensive line?
You have to ask me that question, don't you? I'm messing with you. I mean, the only player that I didn't really hear much about was Nate Davis.
True.
As far as like playing bad, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but not really. I mean, just Quisenberry was getting killed today, and it's like when do you get to a point where you got to try somebody different there?
Yeah.
I mean, if Luan's, I don't really know how. I mean, I know Luan gave up a sack and a half, I think. I can't remember who he was facing today. It was I can't remember his name, but I think the guy he was directly facing had a sack and a half.
Okay.
It could have been Huff, maybe was his name.
Huff was on one of the air. Was he like 47, wasn't he?
Yeah, Bryce Huff. It was either Huff or the other defensive end. Quentin Williams or no. Anyways, one of those guys. I think they had a sack and a half against Luan. I don't know. No, John Franklin Myers is the other defensive end, and I think he was on Quisenberry.
As far as those was 6 days ago. I haven't seen the Pro Football Focus latest grades because I was seeing what the Titans got, but obviously those will come out. It'll be interesting to see which offensive lineman. You mentioned Nate Davis, and honestly, I kind of don't really remember a whole lot of him, but that's usually a good thing for an offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying?
And Josh says that he was putrid. So, I mean, I don't know. I just didn't hear his name during the game a lot, but I was also kind of bouncing back between you and TA's streams.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. It's rough. It's rough. You know, like we got to figure something out on the line. I say give Sambrilo a shot at Quisenberry's position. You know, maybe that helps. Got to get AJ or Julio back. At least one of those guys. At least
Yeah.
one of those guys. Defense let us down. Oh wow, batted down pass.
Yeah. 3rd and 1. Bruce said super chat. Thank you so much, Bruce. He put Brady. All batted down, incomplete. So good job by New England's playing him really well. Bruce says Titans losing to Jets seriously. But he says, do you go for 2 on the last score before overtime? What do you think, man?
Now, yeah.
Now,
I
right?
mean,
but what were you thinking during? Because I remember bringing it up. I said I would have went for 2 because just knowing I wasn't fairly confident the Titans would go right down the field and put up points. And obviously we ran out of time. I think time was a big issue. Once we got across midfield, the Titans just kind of fell apart offensively with what they were running. But how that game was going, you're on the road, 13 seconds left. Could have had a chance to win the game there. You passed on it.
Yeah. When I was in TA's stream, I said go for 2 in the chat, but like I just felt like the momentum we had right then and there. I mean, the way the game was going, I didn't feel good about overtime at all. I felt like we were going to lose the coin toss. Like it was just the way things were going. I just felt like, go for 2 right there. If you lose, you lose. At least you're not having to rely on your kicker.
Yep.
And that's what happened. And I'm not blaming it on him at all because he was the least of what was bad about the game.
Yeah.
I
think, I would have went for 2 last week or 2 weeks ago against Seattle. And then Vrabel said, he kind of liked how that game was going, but it was a different game today. Like the first half, the Titans defense was doing a good job. Second half, Titans defense was getting beat deep a lot. So, and honestly, Corey Davis, he played pretty well towards the second half. Like they were throwing the ball at him quite regularly. And then he got obviously the pass interference call as well. So I just thought it was one, how the game was going. You got Derrick Henry. You need 2 yards. Derrick Henry, they couldn't stop him on that one drive. Oh, my gosh, he looked great. You still always have that play with Tannehill. They ran it today once where Tannehill will be in shotgun with Henry, gives it to Henry today on a 4th down, and Henry got it. But how many times last year did he keep that? But it just seemed like the way Tannehill, the offensive line, just how they were playing, you had a shot to go out and win the game, go out and win it. But because of what happened in Seattle, I think that gave Vrabel the insurance that, hey, I can go to overtime and we can be successful.
Yeah. And I mean, what about Derrick? What about King Henry, man? Like it's a shame that he is playing amazing. He's catching the football and you got to keep in mind, everybody, too, that they're keying on him even more this year. and he's still producing.
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's not as flashy as last year yet, or I don't want to use the word effective. Like today, the run game was weird. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was like effective but non-effective. Like in the last drive, it was effective for sure. Like in the end and stuff, but it was just a
It
weird
was a
day on
weird day.
offense, on defense. But I mean, got to give props to Henry, dude. I mean,
Yep.
just unbelievable player, and it's a shame. It's a shame that we're kind of wasting it right now. Like it's like I know we're 2-2, we're in the division lead, but we just lost to arguably the worst team in the league, and it's like, man, something's up. Like we gotta change.
Yep. And how much do you put on the coordinators? Is the Patriots are moving the football again.
Yeah.
So they have the ball at the 27-yard line, and it is 2nd and 6. Play action. Jones is going to get sacked. So Bucks will get a
Oh,
big sack there. How much do you blame on the coordinators?
I mean, listen, I'm not like I don't know a ton about the X's and O's like No Flags Film does
Yeah.
and all that stuff. I don't pretend to know either. I'm a fan at heart. I've watched football all my life, so I know about it. But um, I don't feel like they did a terrible job, but I blame so much on the offensive line, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and and the defense. Like I don't
Another big
know.
sack.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
just saw that. Vay, is that Vay? Dude, that dude is a beast. Look at that guy.
No, that was what's his
Oh
name?
yeah,
He doesn't come in the chat anymore. He used to remember the younger
number
kid who
9.
was real. He was like the draft guru, and when we do the mock drafts, he always wanted to try on.
Yeah,
He won something. I forget what he won. Um,
I remember who you're talking about.
yeah, and I haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, like I said, he was Hunter was his name. He won the hat. Remember?
Yes, yes, I
Haven't seen
remember
Hunter in
him.
a while, but that was his guy, and he just made one heck of a play.
Oh my gosh, check that out. I don't know where you're at
Oh,
the
fumble!
stream.
Oh, there's a flag down. It looks like New England got it.
Did you see Antonio Brown earlier? Like skip that block.
No, no.
Oh my gosh, you got to go back and watch that. If y'all saw it in the chat, I don't know if you saw it, but it was like in the beginning of the game, and he totally. I mean, he had the perfect angle to block the guy, and he totally just stepped out of the way. It was horrible. Um, but yeah, it was. Even the announcer said something on the TV here about it.
So
Dang,
who?
that dude was out of bounds, though.
I wonder is that what they're calling? He's out of bounds.
Well, the defender ran out of bounds on his way back
Oh
to
yeah, you're right. So
and
yeah,
ran back in.
and didn't even try to get back in. And then
So
he
does
caused
that
that's Slater though. He's like he makes the Pro Bowl every year for special teams.
unsportsmanlike?
Oh, was he down? Looks like in New England, originally had it and then must have lost it in the pile. Titans Hugo says that's what happens when you promise in-house Titans needed an OC and DC out of the house. And I get the whole offense with the continuity thing, but we've talked about it with Downing. Like Raider fans don't like him because he didn't do a good job there, and I've heard a lot
Yeah,
of excuses on why he didn't do it, and this guy didn't do this, and the receiver dropped the ball. But end of the day, I mean, you can blame the game on anybody today. I mean, other than maybe McNichols and other than maybe like Landry or who else played pretty well. I think Autry played well too. By the way,
he
I
made
love
that
your
crucial play in the end.
backdrop. Looking good, man.
Yeah, man, I've moved around some things. I got My Kinsey signed picture over
You
here.
got that over there too?
Could have
Nice.
used 12 today. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Not
we
gonna
could
harp
have.
on it.
Yep.
I'm actually still really salty from something that happened earlier.
Yeah.
A to Z, grinding my gears again.
Oh, did they ever
So,
respond to your comment?
no, they never do. They never put my comments on there.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if they like know or I don't know. But
What did they say exactly?
they just, somebody made a comment on Kinsey. We could use Kinsey right now, and Austin goes, Kinsey. That's how I did it. Kinsey is on the practice squad where he belongs. And I'm like, bro, like, this ain't even like, yes, here at the Titan Upload Network, we love Mason Kinsey. Of
We do.
course, he's
We do.
our dude, you know. And but at the same time, it's like, why be like that? Like, what is the I mean, you're reporting, you interview these players and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you're reporting in Nashville to Titans fans, even if you're not a Titans fan.
Yeah.
Like, Paul Kaharski doesn't do that type of stuff.
No.
I
I
mean, because he's a professional
I think
at the end of the day.
yeah, I think there's probably more to the story there. Because Buck actually made a comment once, and I think he commented to you once. He said, he thought Mason
Yeah,
had a good shot of making the team. I think
he
that was
did.
you.
He did reply to me.
And then a
Yeah,
week
in the
later,
chat.
he's like A to Z had a talk with him, like, hey, you got to have this point of view. And then the week later, he's like, oh, yeah, he's in the wrong camp. And then it's frustrating. But like I said, when these guys too, like jacking up Marcus Johnson every week. Marcus Johnson, great
Where is
camp.
Marcus Johnson?
Where's he at?
Yeah, is
I
he
know
even
he
in
got hurt,
Nashville?
but I mean that was his problem before. Those are some interesting goalposts. Did you see that? Holy
Yeah,
crap!
dude.
They're like garbage cans around there. Sorry.
That's
All right.
really weird.
Bucks return it to the 50. Yeah, if you get a chance, go look at those goalposts. They got like, you usually got the pads, but these are like full garbage cans around them. It's quite
Oh wow,
interesting.
yeah. That's wild.
It's entitlement for A to Z. Again, we've talked about this. This is part of my reason why I decided to have a YouTube channel. And again, I would assume it's somewhat of your interest too of starting a YouTube channel was
Yeah.
giving people a chance to voice their opinion. And we don't always agree with everybody's opinion, but for me to smack your opinion down, I mean, last time I checked, I haven't seen Austin in the NFL. I haven't really seen him play college football. I haven't seen him coach football. He might go to the camp, but you know what? Good for him. Like, I don't get to go to the camp. So I'm trusting you for information, and you've been telling us information all along. And when you add your personal element and your vendetta behind it, then I'm sorry, I just lose interest in it. I want the facts, and your fact is that Kinsey can't play, and he's slow, and his 40 times made up, and it's fake, and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not tolerating that, so I don't listen to them anymore.
And I don't, it's not like I'm not trying to A to Z bash. I know there's probably people in here that I still watch them every so often. I was watching them earlier, just because they are in Nashville, they do have a little more access to the team. But it's like I don't watch them as much. I watch Buck a little more than I do Austin and Luke and the other guy.
Yeah.
But like, it's just, I don't know. It's just really weird, the way they just mock him. Like, oh, that's where he's supposed to be. It's like,
That's a good
it's like,
voice.
it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
It got me fired up, man. Like I was continuing to comment, but they ended the show. I was just going to like basically keep commenting until they, because Austin gets mad sometimes when people keep posting the same comment.
Oh yeah, like you blasted TA that one day.
So I thought I would like do that, but it is what it is, whatever.
Yeah, and again, we want to hear comments. That's why I love the radio show to hear you guys and interact. But just remember, like, I get it, but at the end of the day, like these guys have been doing their thing for a while now, and I think it was just this year finally they decided to put comments on the screen. Like
Yeah,
finally, you know what I mean? And that's something that, most people who do live streaming on YouTube, uh, we just do
that's
it
what
for
you want.
fun.
Yeah.
No, to put comments on the screen and talk about your comment. Like, just figured that out all of a sudden. So, again, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm not here to bash on them as this Patriot game's going on here. 27 or 25-yard line, roughly 27-yard line
Yeah.
for Nets is going to bounce it outside and do a good job of running the ball and takes a shot but gets a first down, and it's about the 20-yard line, 5:34 and counting, 1st and 10. Bucks. Who are you going for, by the way? You're a Florida guy. You going for the Bucks?
um, no, I mean, I don't really care, but I don't want Brady to have a good game because Al Pierce has him in our league tonight.
Yeah.
So I'd rather not see Brady do well, or score touchdowns, because yeah, Al has him and somebody good, somebody else that's playing good tomorrow night. Um, so and I'm up about 60 points.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, a few touchdowns can change that. And um, I don't know. I mean, it's cool to see Brady back in New England. I
Oh,
I, I
gosh. That was
guess
a bad throw.
that was a bad throw. I guess I would like to see the Patriots lose because they're in the AFC, and it's just, I mean, I don't know if it will ever matter for us, but
Yeah.
any AFC team that loses is good for us, right?
That's very true. Yep. Unless they're
So
going against the AFC South. Like, if
look
they
at
were
this
playing the Colts right
coordinator.
now, the Patriots, I'd be going for the Patriots.
Did you see that coach on the sideline that was
No.
sticking his tongue out? Maybe you're a little bit behind me.
Oh,
Who is
that's
that?
Belichick's son, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He's
Is
a
he like the
goofball. I don't know.
the
Like,
ball boy or something?
no, he's a coordinator.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I never knew about this.
Well, I mean, I don't know how far he's going to make it when his dad
He's
retires,
got a
but
mullet.
yeah, he brought the mullet back.
Wow,
I don't
man.
remember, like, mullets are back in now. Like, if I could grow hair, maybe I'd grow a
They
mullet.
are.
But
I've seen that. It's kind of like hip now, I guess.
yeah, I think he's obviously got some stuff in his old mouth that he's spitting out, but he's trying to get fired up there against Brady.
I'm just
Oh, he's the
glad Bowen
linebackers
shaved.
coach. Okay. Linebackers coach.
I'm just glad Bowen shaved.
Yeah. Well, I don't,
I don't know
yeah.
if it helped him. I think he was better when he had the beard, actually,
What do you think
as far
about
as the
Bowen?
coaching. Man, I just don't know enough. Like, I want to say he's done better, and I want to say it's worse. And I feel like we're definitely. Oh wow, I feel like we're definitely better, but it's just hard to tell.
Yeah. If they played so well in the first half. Uh-oh, touchdown Bucks. Give it to them.
There you go, 12-7. I hope the Pats make it a game, though.
Well, the
And
Pats have, I thought the sorry, I put myself on the screen. I don't know why there. Boom. I thought the Patriots, for the most part, like, have dominated this game. They just haven't been able to, like, put
yeah,
points up on the
no
board,
offense. Yeah, I got a buddy, and shout out to Bob Gerard if he's listening. But I got a buddy up in Massachusetts, and he's been a Pats fan for 50 years, and he's I don't know, he doesn't really like Mac Jones. He's said he can't throw the ball over 20 yards, and that was a good play. That was a good play by Jones. But yeah, he says he can't throw the ball over 20 yards, and he's this and that, and New England fans, the real New England fans don't like him, and blah blah blah. But I don't know. I've heard a lot of stuff from my friend Bob about Brady, about him leaving, all that stuff on him.
Yeah. Titan Hater said, "Isn't this fun?" I think the best part of the game, TA, is when they showed Brady's son, the coach, and him sticking out his tongue all awkwardly. That's probably the highlight of the game,
Most
man. So.
most exciting part of the game.
Oh man. Die Hard said he had him in the second half. Score over Chicken says, honestly, Titans should hire Bill as defensive coordinator and pull some Belichick magic. And to be quite honest, with the connection with Vrabel and all that, I mean, and J-Rob, never say never, man. Tom
And
Brady don't throw past 10 yards, LOL. And then, yeah, it does feel like the Pats are winning if you didn't see the score. I would say it's been really boring, but,
yeah,
Titan games I know can seem boring too. It's just like, obviously, and TA made a point of this on his stream, like we're more invested with the Titans, and the Titans, obviously, we know that's our backyard. These are games that don't really mean too much to us, so it's kind of like, I don't know. Have you been to an NFL game that isn't the Titans?
No, but I'm gonna go this year. I'm gonna go to a Dolphins game at some point.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've been to a Bears-Vikings Monday night game in Chicago with my dad, and we were in the second level, and it was fun. It was exciting, but it's just I can't explain. It's just not the same when your team's not out there.
yeah, no, that's true. I've been to some other games, like other sports down here since I live in South Florida. I mean,
Oh
there's
yeah.
like 6 or 7 stadiums in my radius, and it's been fun. It's been fun going to some of these other places, But we might be going to the Jacksonville game, me and Sin City Titan.
Oh, for the
Um,
Titans?
yeah, I'm still waiting on him to confirm or whatever. But it's about a 4.5 hour drive for me,
Okay.
and a little shorter for him. But yeah, I mean, we might go. We might go. The tickets aren't too bad at all, really.
Did you get tickets to the Chiefs game yet?
No, I don't. I mean,
You might get some donated again. You never know, man.
yeah, I mean, it's hard to pass up a free ticket for a game like that. Like if somebody did give me one or something, I might go, but I've been to Nashville twice in the last like what, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, it's not as easy as it seems. Like you got to fly up there, blah blah blah. I got to rent a car. I mean, I stay at my mom's, which is cool, but I still got to rent a car. She lives an hour from Nashville. It's I have to leave either Saturday, come back Sunday. So yeah, it's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah. Oh, I
And you know
bet.
how it is. It's worse for you because you drive.
Well, but if I would fly 2 hours to the airport, gotta wait two
Exactly.
hours.
Yeah.
Then you gotta fly to Nashville, and then like you said, Ubers are expensive. I don't know. Oh my goodness, makes the play. There we go, down to the 40. Oh, takes a whack, but maybe to the 45 for the Patriots. 3:10 and counting. Maybe they'll wake up. Wade Phillips, free agent right now. Titans need to give him a call.
Boom.
Devin says the reason why I love this community because there is no hate on anyone's comments. Thanks, Upload and Raw. There's not hate on comments. I mean, I don't
Shout
care
out to
who
the
comes in.
moderators.
I had someone come in today and call me the worst commentator ever. And that's probably true because I was shell shocked during today's game against the Jets, right? But it is what it is, but no, a pass complete again. So Patriots are getting back-to-back first downs. I just love everyone's opinion. Don't always agree with it. I mean, there's been so many different opinions. I love what you do with the surveys that you send out, get people's points of view and, just what they're thinking. And I think that's what it's about. And I think some of these local media people should do more of that, and get the fans' viewpoints on more stuff rather than just assuming that what they know goes and that what they know is basically, dry ink, so to speak, that you can't get rid of.
And that's what prompted me to do that, to get you guys that are in the chat, you guys that are subscribers to my channel and to the Upload Network in general, like I try to get people involved, because that's like I've seen other bigger outlets. I'm not going to name names, but that don't do any of that, and that's what I wanted to make my channel about, was the community, and having people come on, not just other YouTubers, but people who are prominent on Twitter, and who post a lot about the Titans and stuff.
Yeah. And again, we know we get fired up, but the Marcus Johnson take fires me up. Some
Yeah.
people are out there writing articles and doing all this stuff about how great Marcus Johnson did at practice this week, but until I see him actually in the games, it's hard for me to get really excited. Here's Jonnu Smith, buddy. There he goes. Someone was asking where Jonnu was. Finally, Jonnu gets a catch, 49 seconds, 1st and 10. It looks like New England is in the red zone. Oh, and by the way, just want to say this really quick. This whole, get the pest thing out of the red zone by the time, I'm not a fan of that at all. I think that's really
oh, yeah.
like we're watching minor league baseball or something. I don't know.
I know. That was weird. Oh.
Well, you're ahead of me.
Jonnu Smith looks thinner. I don't know. He doesn't look as big as he. I mean, I know he wasn't super big.
Down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
Is that where you saw Bold into the 1?
Yeah, I'm trying to kind of not react and then let you.
Okay. You're ahead of me.
But
wonder why that is. You got regular cable?
Well, it's just on the antenna.
Oh, okay.
The digital antenna or whatever.
I got DirecTV, so maybe that's why I'm a little bit behind it. I'm in the middle of Illinois. You're on the.
But what's weird is I'm usually behind you, and a good weird trick, guys. If you're watching a watch party with our dear old pal Titan Upload here, and you're watching on YouTube and he's ahead of you, just press the pause button. And that's what I do, with you and TA. So if you call a play, say you're like, oh, Tannehill is about to take the snap or whatever, I just pause it there and I wait for it about at the same time on my phone. It's usually 20, 25 seconds. And then just boom, hit play. And it's easier than just scrolling back, and it'll be spot on.
This is another reason why I love doing what we do, is because you hear comments like this. So Giannis is on here. He's from Greece. And he says, hey, this Titans team will be wasted due to dead cap to all the failed free agent signings over the years. And don't forget about the draft, too, because we haven't really knocked that out of the park. But, hey, man, thanks so much for chiming in from Greece. We're just going over ancient Greece and history, and we've covered Greece and geography. So that's a dream one day. Me and my wife, maybe our 20-year anniversary, head over to Greece for a week or so. But shout out to you for stopping by and leaving that comment, man. That's awesome. Anybody else wants to leave a comment where they're from? I love doing that stuff, where you're from. And again, I'm basically 2 hours south of Chicago. Like I said, Rossi's in South Florida, although his your mom lives right in Nashville.
Columbia, Tennessee.
Well, close, but yeah. So, but that's awesome, man. Chat usually the first with what happens each play. Josh, if Henry doesn't win a ring before he retires, I'm going to be upset. Eddie George and McNair never won a ring, but at least they got there, right? They got to the game, and they should have got one. The Ravens, man. If it wasn't for the Ravens in 2000, the Titans for sure were going to destroy the Giants.
Oh, yeah. And I was going to say, my brother just got back from Greece.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was at the lake that the Loch Ness Monster was seeing or whatever. I think that's Greece. Yeah. But yeah, he stayed there. He stayed on a cabin on the lake where the Loch Ness Monster was first sighted or whatever.
Who would have ever thought in a Patriots, Bucks, Tom Brady versus Belichick reunion, we're talking about the Loch Ness Monster?
Sorry, guys.
No, it's okay. It's
fun fact, though. I mean,
Oh, come on, Boos.
Oh,
They were okay. They were good. Come on. They've built this team. They built this franchise. If it wasn't for those two. All right, here we go. They must have stopped them by your reaction. Oh, Jonnu!
yeah,
Oh my goodness. And there's that silly looking goalpost. Touchdown, Patriots.
that's awesome. I'm glad Johnny got him one.
Yeah, I like Jonnu. I don't think we use Jonnu very well.
Yeah.
But
Whew,
you
we could
know,
have
it
used him
is what
now,
it
couldn't we?
is. I'm it's like crying over, spilled milk. Even though my kids today were pretty crazy. I felt bad for my wife. She was trying the best she could up there. They were maniacs today. Should see what they
Really?
did to our front yard,
Tearing
dude.
the house down?
Basically, they took the front yard and just turned it into a bunch of shredded boxes everywhere. Son went out and
Holy
got
moly.
candy from some gas station because now he can ride his bike around town a little bit. So, I mean, it was definitely a rude
It was
awakening
nuts,
going out
though.
there and seeing it.
That's awesome.
Well, it wasn't awesome. We're gonna clean it up, but yeah,
Yeah.
they're grounded until they do clean it up.
Oh, wow. Now, what does your grounding entail? Just like, is it like, do you take the Xbox away? I mean, I don't want to get too personal, but like I know for me, my mom used to take my PlayStation away, and it killed me.
Yeah. Well, I know for my son, he's been really big into Fortnite, and lately my son wants to play outside all day, which is great because that's kind of
That's
like how
awesome.
we grew up. We were always
Yeah.
outside, and we'd occasionally be inside playing some video games. But for him, oh, we got our fact trivia Loch Ness monsters in Scotland.
Oh yeah, it was in Scotland. He
So I
went to
mean,
he
at
went to
least
Greece
you're
and
in
Scotland.
Europe. So you got that
Yeah.
going for you, Rossi. I mean, at least you hit the right continent. There's 7 of them to pick from. You hit that one.
Yeah, 1 out of 7, that's usually pretty good for me.
Um, so yeah, 14-13 games picking up a little bit. He says you're welcome anytime. You and your family are
That's
most welcome to my house. We'll have a blast next summer. So hey, thanks, man. I appreciate
oh
it.
wow.
Greece,
Nice.
love to go there. I
I
don't
mean,
know,
I
like
get tickets to games, but you get tickets to Greece.
that would be
No, I'm
amazing.
kidding.
I
I'm
would I
kidding.
would go visit the Minoans in Crete. And then, I mean, heck, maybe I would even, if I'm all the way there, I'd go to Lebanon and see where the Phoenicians came from. We use the alphabet from the Phoenicians, right?
Yeah, I do know
So,
that.
pretty cool thing. J Biz News says Titans never going to be a Super Bowl team. I thought this was good. I mean, I'm still hopeful this
Yeah.
is going to be the year. I think it's going to turn around. Once these people get back, I do like Vrabel. I don't always agree with him, but I do like him as a coach. But the coordinators do have me concerned. Mark Presley says, upload. The thing that concerns me most is you noticed how it doesn't look like Tanny feels or pressure other than directly in front of him. Defenses are being coached every game to collapse the pocket. I mean, it's one of those things I've mentioned in the watch party. Like, I love Tannehill. It's not a knock on Tannehill at all. But that is one thing I think he's struggled with a little bit this year. It's almost like he's failed to recognize, and I get it. Like, teams can pretend they're going to send pressure back up and try to bait you for that quick pass. But it seems like most of the times, man, he just stands back there and all the routes are running somewhat intermediate to deep. There's no quick, short, hot routes. And all of a sudden, boom, they're blasted on, and that's it's definitely concerning.
Yeah, and I in some ways I feel like he's done a little better just because I don't know, like he seems like he's commanding the huddle better, like he's changing some plays, he's you know what I mean? Like there's just this quality about him almost like more of a leader, but at the same time, like the O line is playing so bad, it's hard to judge. Like, is it his pocket presence? The one thing that drives me, oh, there he is again. The one thing that drives me crazy about Tannehill is he doesn't throw the ball away. Like he waits to the last second, you
Yeah.
know. Um, Other quarterbacks will just boom, throw it away. Real professional, like, and that's one thing that drives me nuts.
Well, I know Stillman is kind of off the Tannehill train a little bit, and he kind of took a lot of heat for it. They were trying to say that, I don't know, I forget what comment they were saying about with Tannehill and John Robinson, but we'll see. I'm sure Stillman's going to be kind of fired up tomorrow, and it'll be interesting to see what the local media reaction will be to Tannehill, whether they thought he played a good game or not today. I mean, he was under a lot of duress. His wide receivers, for the most part, were non-existent. We saw some Chester Rogers sightings. We saw some Reynolds sightings, but Ferkser and some of these other guys, they weren't there, and Ferkser's usually his security blanket. All right, Brady on the 40. Again, 2nd and 6. Got a lot of time. Short arms it to Evans. It'll be 3rd and 6, 14-13. Remember, that was the score, wasn't it, for the longest time that the Titans were beating New England? And then they ended up getting the pick 6 at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then went up, 21-13?
You're exactly right, sir.
That was right. Would be so, what is it? Poetic if Tom does a. I mean, the methodical comeback and all that, it would be kind of interesting to see if it happens. But right now there's 12:32. This game could be total. Oh, Tom's running for a first down. He got it. Oh, he's tired of it, man. He's like, dude, I'm 45. I'm still going to run.
He is unbelievable,
He is.
Like, I mean, what a competitor.
I was going to say, he's like the ultimate competitor, and he took a shot there, man, but he don't care. He got the first two.
And he beat Drew Brees' record tonight.
Yeah, and Drew Brees is there. How cool is that?
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's doing something with the NBC team.
It's the most passing yards, right?
Yep.
83,000 and something.
I mean, he should break it. For how many years he's played, he should break every record.
Other than rushing. Definitely. Has he broken the TD record? Sure he has.
I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. 11:30 and counting. Tom Brady, I think Lamar Brady is his name now. Good one. Tom Lamar Jackson Brady. Oh, my goodness. Titans need to give it their all in the playoffs. They got to get there first, right? Tyler says Reynolds is garbage. And
tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, tell us how you really feel. I
mean,
he should have caught that ball, but
the long one,
yeah,
was
you
kind
can
of
argue
over
he
his
was
shoulder,
being interfered with. I forget who sent me a picture of it, but they're actually they made it should have been illegal contact before. I don't know who sent me that. Maybe nobody sent me that. I thought somebody did. Yeah, I thought somebody sent me that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But we're going strong. Thanks again for being here. Like, tighten up that like button. Don't forget to go follow Titans Rossi at Titans Rossi. Speaking that you're here, boom, how about this? I'd love to hear your response to this. Do you kind of want to share the story, how this all came about? And that's really cool about tomorrow, so good luck with that. I know that's going to be awesome.
You're talking about the Sadler? I don't know if I can see the – maybe if I click on the screen here, I can see this. I'm excited about that. I don't know if you guys know the guy, but he's the guy who's been basically outside the Titans training facility. He puts cones down and drills and he does drills. And basically in front of the facility, he's been doing it for a few months now, and he's trying to get the coaches or players or anybody from the organization to see him. And he had mentioned he had one player. He didn't mention a name, but he's coming on the show tomorrow night, Monday, 8 p.m. Central Time on my channel. He's got an amazing story. His story's kind of gone viral. locally, and we're going to talk about it. He knows it's going to be a live show. We're going to take questions from you guys, and yeah, we're gonna dig in, get to know him, get to know his story, talk about his faith some. That's something that he's super proud of, and says it got him to where he is. So yeah, it's going to be a really cool show. I'm
We'll have to,
super excited.
we'll have to see what if A to Z Sports have anything to say on this guy. I'm sure they've already voiced their opinion.
They said something one day.
Did they?
They I can't remember who it was, but I think it might have been Buck. It was Buck. I took a screenshot of it and basically just gave him respect, but he said, the Titans would have already gave him a shot if they were going to do anything, and he didn't dog him or anything, so
Yeah.
not too bad anyway.
Well, that's good. Billy says, get the game-winning TD. Glances over to Bill with a wink. So 11 minutes to go. 14-13. 2nd and 6. Brady back to pass. It's a screen pass to Fournette. He's got room. 30-yard line down to the 25. Finally brought down. Well-designed play by Byron Leftwich and the offensive coordinator for the Bucs. Nice job there. Coming out with the screen on a 2nd and 6, and Fournette, big play there. I still got to get used to the number 7 because, obviously with a lot of the changes and the uniforms and the numbers. But good job by Fournette. Good call. Football fan, Jaguars lost. Bills won. Chiefs won. Colts won. Rams. I thought the Rams lost. Saints. Oh,
Really?
he's predicting our schedule. So I got you. So I'm sorry. I'm thinking, oh my goodness. But he's got us going 11 and 6.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that sounds about right at this point. It wouldn't shock me to go 11 and 6. It wouldn't shock me if they go 10 and 7.
I would be okay if they go 11 and 6, just as long as they're a strong, like, they hit the momentum going into the playoffs. That's the most important thing, I think, for most teams. It's like with Tampa Bay last year. They weren't that great in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
I think they were like 5-5 at one point.
Yeah.
So
They lost to the Bears even.
yeah. So having that momentum, it's like us in 2019, when we went into the
9 and
playoffs.
7. Yep.
We were hot. We were going in hot, and I think that's important. That was a terrible throw, or I don't know what happened there.
I don't know what that was, but the chat, Biohazard, he's got me rolling. He says, what the heck's going on with Bill's son? He keeps sticking his tongue out like he's snake or something.
I know. He's strange, right?
I don't know. Oh,
he's
my
acting
goodness.
strange.
And if he's only the linebackers coach, it's like they keep showing him like he's the coordinator. Brait around the middle to the 5-yard line.
Here we go.
Uh-oh. And
The Brady magic.
One earlier.
The Brady magic in full effect.
Might be a little too soon. Does Mac have an answer? Got 66 of you in the house. Don't forget to tighten up the like button. I think right now it's roughly the same 66 that have been here through and through. So tell you what, thanks for joining us.
You guys rock, man.
And hanging out with us tonight. I have fun. Like TA said, it's just fun to hang out with you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys rock, man.
6-yard line, Brait in motion. We're going to go to Fournette, and he's going to get blasted in the backfield. Loss of 2. Man, there were some really, I know we lost, but there were some really big plays for the defense. Like, I'm thinking of, like, Landry. How Landry, blew up the screen that one time. Or Autry was all over it, especially on the one where Wilson tried to keep it and get in late. That actually gave us a chance in overtime.
He saved us. Yeah, he saved the game.
There were some key plays. Are you concerned with Byard at all? Because it seems like Byard, he had the interception in week 1, but I don't really notice him a whole lot. And a lot of times he's up, and maybe it's by design. Brady, a little swing pass, Fournette dropped it, but any concern with Byard?
Yeah, he was off today. Like, there was one play I was watching I had the TV announcer on too, where he blew a coverage or something. Something happened that Byer did where he blew a coverage or something like that. And yeah, I don't know. He seems off to me. He doesn't seem like I don't know what it is. I mean, I think he's a little better than last season, but um, I don't know.
3rd and goal from the 9. Howard in motion. Brady back to pass. Uh-oh. He's sitting duck back there. He gets out of trouble
Did
and
he
throws it
catch it?
away. Wow.
Oh, I thought the guy almost caught it out of bounds or something.
Yeah, threw it to Howard, but Brady at least got out of pressure. Devin Abbott's vlog says, hey, Rossi, what's your YouTube channel? Yeah, it is Titans Rossi.
Yeah, just Titans Rossi.
Just like it's spelled on the screen. So,
yeah,
I know he would appreciate it.
Definitely. We're almost to 500. We're like 9 away. So,
Hell
not
says, I
bad.
think you guys are missing Arthur Smith. We'll FedEx him back to you right ASAP. I'd
Please
take him
do.
back.
I would in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Oh,
You'd
yeah.
have to. I mean, anybody would, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to be dumb as a rock.
I thought Arthur Smith did a really, really good job for us. Field goal up and in. We got a switcheroo.
Thanks, Devin. I appreciate it.
So, change the score here. It's 13 or 16-14. Still a boring game, but at least it's kind of picked up a little bit.
At least it's a game, I guess, you know?
Yep. Let's see. Football fan. I thought Simmons, Dupree, Autry, and Landry would make our pass rush amazing. Now, be careful with that. And the only reason why I say that is we had No Flags film on here earlier. He said, like, the Titans are like a top 10 team when it comes to pressures. Actually, top 3 team. So, they're getting pressure on the quarterback. They're not making sacks just yet, but if they continue with that pressure, eventually the sacks will pay off, as according to No Flags film. So, again, I think the pass rush, last year he said we were 28th as far as with pressure. Now we're in like a top 5. I'm not sure what that looks like after tonight or to this afternoon, but that should give you a little bit of hope that at least that front line's doing its job for the most part. They just got to be a little bit more consistent with bringing them down. But you're right. They still got to make plays. You can pressure the quarterback. We pressured Wilson galore, and he still made plays down the field today.
Yeah, they were. I mean, I don't know. Somebody told me that Bud Dupree was. Somebody told me that Dupree was doing well this season. Like he was getting a lot of pressures and this and that. And then you got Harrell. But yeah, if you don't get the quarterback, then I mean, yeah, you can disrupt plays, but today we were just not disrupting plays. I mean, he would get out and roll out. I mean, that one play he made was just, I mean, that was almost Mahomes like.
Yeah.
Where he rolled out and just winged it. It was like, I think you chalk that up as just, man, the dude made a play. That could have gone either way. Could have been, that's just dude made a play. But it's so embarrassing to just get beat like that by the Jets. I mean, yeah, we only lost by a field goal, and okay, it's closer than it seems, but the 7 sacks, it's just embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It's really embarrassing it's like the Seattle game all over again.
Yep.
Just embarrassing. I mean, at least they were Seattle, and at least we were in like a hostile environment, and it was loud in the Jet Stadium today. I'll give them props. They were pretty loud.
They fired up, and we let them hang in the game. So once they fell down 9-7, I mean, they were down 9-0. That game should have been 21-0.
Definitely. They couldn't score touchdowns. And that's a lack of having AJ or Julio out there.
That's a good point.
You have one of those guys out there, they're more than likely at times drawing double teams. Just one of them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It changes your offense. It changes the flow of the game.
Yeah.
It might even limit a few sacks, who knows? Because they're not going to be blitzing as much, maybe.
Devin, I've been on this since last week. Mac Jones. Oh, he caught it somehow. That was close.
I thought it was going to be a pick there for a second.
Should have been. There wasn't
Nelson
much zip
Aguilar.
on that ball, but he got there. But I would give up. And maybe they've tried it. Maybe the Packers won't get rid of him. 84 in the house now. I would definitely give up a 7th rounder. I'd give up a 6th rounder for Kelly. Solidify the right side of the line. And then you know what? If something happens with Lewan, or I know Lewan went down and got back in there, but you would have Quessenberry, Sembrello, and I'm sure Lamb. I'm not really impressed with Lamb. I know Ken Moore's not. I haven't seen Lamb playing much at all, really. Did he even dress today?
I don't know, but he definitely hasn't played ever since the first game. I think he came in and he was slower than Christmas, so I don't know. I don't know if they're going to put him back out there, but we need somebody. I don't know. Unless Sambralo's the answer at right tackle. But then what about Luan?
Yeah, Quessenberry did a good job at left tackle last year. Maybe just plays that position better, even though it's a tougher position. Oh, nice play. Myers
Awesome
with a great play to the 39-yard line. Good throw. DeMario says Mac Jones's arm strength might be a focus going forward.
Yeah. Why don't they get Jonnu more involved in their offense? You think they would. I know they got Hunter Henry, but
football fan, I'm not sure if he's saying the offensive line is just bad. Look at little trickery. There we go, double reverse. He's wide open down the field, 10-yard line.
Beautiful, nice
6
throw.
minutes. They're setting it up for Brady to win the game.
He threw a bead, dude. That was a nice throw. Myers,
Harris gives it back up, and then, oh my goodness, wide open down the field.
I wonder if he was like a QB in college or something. Jacoby Myers.
He might have been. A lot of these guys are.
Yeah.
Or in high school. QB1, Jacoby Myers. Sign him up. Send him to Miami. Take over for Jacoby Brissett. Helrell says, we don't feel bad. We play the Jets next week. He's talking about the Falcons in London. And I thought the Falcons, they played well today, I thought, to get a win with Washington. Oh, man, who was that throw to? But they fell just short.
The Falcons and the Jets play next week in London?
Yep. Football fan says, watch Tannehill get sacked 10 times next week, and someone's for sure getting fired. I don't know. Vrabel, it's like Craig Aukerman, the special teams coach. You got Keith Carter, the offensive line coach. Then you obviously got the coordinator stuff. I'll be shocked if Vrabel makes a move. Jones rolls out. Oh my gosh, he got away with one.
That was horrible. I don't know what he was doing, but that was bad.
Oh my gosh, that was awful.
It's like he tried to go back. Yeah, he was trying to go to Jonnu, but
he was double covered. I know.
He was right. How could he have not seen that? That's just a rookie nerves mistake,
Just assuming he was. Oh man.
But they've gone to Jonnu twice the last 2 plays.
They have.
And that was a horrible.
I don't know. If I'm Bill, I don't know if the field goal wins it, but the way that he's throwing it, I don't know if I trust him throwing in the end zone. That's maybe why they ran a screen pass. And the Bucs stuffed it and took his jersey with them. So at least the Patriots will technically get the lead back, but I don't know. I'm sure Brady will go down the field and get a field goal at least.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll throw some flags and stuff like that. I'm sure Brady will somehow get down the field.
Yep. Oh gosh, we need a moderator, dude. We got somebody in the house. I'll get him out of here.
Do we have one? Maybe I can get him.
Yeah. Oh, there's always something here.
So what happens when you get famous,
I just say people are bored right now.
I know, I'm just messing. Did you get him? Let me get him.
I'm trying to get him. I got to get more moderators.
Boom, I got him.
Right now.
You are hidden, kind sir.
Did you?
You
Okay, you
will,
hit him.
you
Nice.
will never be in this channel ever again
Ever again.
until you create a new one and do the same thing.
Yeah.
Sorry
So,
about that, guys.
yep.
That was
Sorry,
a pretty
guys.
bad one too.
We got him, J Biz. We got him.
Uh,
Rossi
that's
nailed him.
pretty rough.
So,
Yeah,
I have a feeling Jackrabbit is going to cost us multiple games. I hope not. I hope not.
he's playing bad, dude. I'm getting flashbacks, and I don't like it. I'm getting flashbacks to Jonathan Joseph, and it gives me this feeling deep down in my stomach.
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything to fix that last year, man. We brought in Desmond King, and that didn't even really work out, did it? I mean, it was just Desmond was more of a slot guy, anyways. It just wasn't working out.
Damaris
Matt
is.
says,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, that
Keisha.
was him." Matt said, "Stiff arm the troll."
I like that one. Damaris says Jackrabbit so far is a downgrade from what we were getting from Butler. I would say
Yeah,
that is right
right.
on there, Demario.
I
Or
mean,
yeah, Demario. I mean,
Butler
Butler.
played well.
Butler was probably, I thought, our MVP last year. This is my last Sunday to work through. How the number? I know I can't say the word, but how are the numbers? Are the numbers improving? Keisha, I don't know if you could tell us that or not. With the whole thing with the sickness, does it get better? Have you noticed
No.
a trend in either direction? Boo says, why didn't we get a corner that wasn't on the wrong side of 30? Can't answer that. I know we drafted one to be the guy, but the problem was he wasn't fully healthy, and now he hurt his shoulder, and he won't be out there. And I think we fell in love a little too quick with Molden. Like, he looked really good in preseason, and then, like, he didn't play very well in week one, and, I mean, he hasn't really got a lot of snaps. I don't think he played very much at all today. He played a little bit, but,
Yeah.
these guys are young. They're not supposed to be in that role just yet, and I think we're still hopeful Farley will get there. And if he does, with Christian Fulton playing out of his mind, that looks like it's going to be our 1-2 combo going forward over the next 4, 5, 6 years.
Yeah. I just hope we're not like the Browns were of like what last year or the year before. Remember where they were so like overhyped and everything,
Yeah.
and we came in and just smashed them first game, and they ended up having like a 8-win season or something. I just hope it's not like that. Like like we were just hyped, and I don't think it's gonna be, but I think I think we'll bounce back. I think we will. It's just going to take as long. Luckily, we're in the division that we're in because it's good for us as far as time. Like we could be 3-3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, did you see that?
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
believe they called that. I really can't believe they called that. And watching our game and then watching this crap, it's like
Let's see.
I
I
have
mean, yeah.
I mean, by the
I
rules of
don't know.
law, sure, but like our guy was getting his jersey pulled and they didn't call it. I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah. What do you think of Ferkser today?
is he hurt still?
I mean,
He
he
didn't
just
look.
wasn't doing nothing.
He's supposed to be the security blanket for Tannehill, and maybe he just wasn't in
Yeah,
those situations. They played Tommy Hudson an awful lot. Then the poor guy got hurt, but I thought he was playing pretty well.
and why are you throwing fades to Cam Batson? I just, I mean,
I
he's. I'm not trying to put anything against Cam Batson, but he's
Yep,
5'8".
yep.
I mean,
I
why? Like, put Reynolds out there. I mean, he's at least like what 6'2" or something.
Yeah,
Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me, man.
I I mean he was not. I mean for how I don't know how much he played exactly. He sure seemed to be on the field a lot, but to get basically one target for 2 yards. I know
Yeah,
it was a touchdown, but still, I mean that's all we got from him.
Yeah.
That's tough. Brady, pass complete to Evans. Be third down. High school. Yeah, but I get the lucky enough to teach high school, so we'll say that. Ferkser dropped the potential touchdown. He did.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are saying, Titan Hugo. Landry is playing himself to a new contract. And you know what? He's offensive pass interference. That he's dependable. Like, remember when we drafted him in the second round? It was his ankle was suspect. That's why he didn't go in the first round. Titans took him, and he got hurt a little bit here or there. But for the most part, man, he's dependable. He's out there.
Yep. It says on the stat sheet that New England has ran the ball like 3 times.
That's shocking. But Belichick does that.
Nelson Aguilar had the end round or whatever, 1 for 4. Bolden, 1 for 0. Taylor, 1 for 0. Matt Jones, 1 for -1. Oh, Damian Harris, 4 for -4. So they literally have -1 rushing yards.
But I think the Bucs are like, aren't they like
crazy.
number 1 in the league in rush defense? So Belichick probably figures, hey, we were better off probably throwing it. But you're right. You can't be one-dimensional and be very Jones is down.
And Jacoby Myers he's been 2 for 2. I guess he had another pass I didn't see.
Giannis says, does Evans get re-signed? I don't think so. I think Evans has been a pretty big disappointment, other than maybe the playoff run. He was okay. Stuff in the goal line stands or against the Patriots and the Chargers that year. What do you think on Evans?
I think he's gone unless he drastically changes.
Yep.
I don't know. He just seems a little lost out there at times. I don't know what the deal is. Is that new? But he seemed to play a lot today, right? I mean, he didn't play as much as Long didn't play as much as he did last week, and they were both healthy.
Yeah.
Like Evans was out there more today. I'd like to see the snap count, but Evans was out there. It felt like he was out there a lot more today than Long was.
DeMario says Reynolds and Chester pairs with Julio and AJ should be explosive if they can all get on the field together. And that's kind of the hope, right, DeMario? I know Rossi and I mean, to get all these guys out there, Brady back to pass 3rd 6, he's going to make a play. Of course he is. And who's he going? Antonio Brown. But to see all these guys in action, and like I said, to be fair, the media's right, and this Marcus Johnson is everything as advertised as practice into the games when he officially gets to play in games, which could be this week. I mean, the Titans should be going from, away from Westbrook, Akina, and Cam Batson and going into guys like Reynolds and, like I said, with Marcus Johnson. I mean, that would be a huge improvement going forward. But you got to, what is your confidence that Julio and AJ are going to stay healthy this season?
Yeah.
Somebody asked me to grade the offense. I mean, keep in mind, like, I'm not saying like offense is my strong suit. I thought the screen passes for the most part clicked. I know we got a little on a first down. We maybe ran one we shouldn't have, but I just feel like they didn't do enough with Tannehill. They didn't give Tannehill a chance to make plays, and maybe it all is on Tannehill. Who knows? But 7 sacks. It's a combination of Ryan. It's a combination of offensive line, and it's got to be a combination of Todd Downey.
Yeah. I wonder what Tannehill really thinks about it all. Yeah.
He's vocal, so I'm assuming, like, I've heard some stories of some camp situations where he's went off on some guys and got in their face and told them. I mean, heck, he even got in Julio Jones. It wasn't like that. Brady going deep. Oh. But yeah, even like taking Julio Jones and stepping him out to the side and being like, hey, we got to try this and that. I don't think that's ever been an issue with Ryan. I mean, they were at once saying like Mariota wouldn't do it. But they said Ryan, even in Miami, was more of a vocal guy, where Mariota's more of a, hey, you'll
Yeah.
figure it out on your own type guy.
Like I said, I mean, to me, he seems like I mean, I just don't remember last season him like moving around the line as much, changing things, stuff like that. I just don't recall him doing that as much. And it seems like this year he's done that more. I don't know, we just got to protect him. If we can protect him and get one of these guys back, I think we'll be okay, you
Yeah.
know. Um it's just right now we're not really elite as they would say, as Chris Frazier would say on Facebook. But yeah.
Over Chicken says, Scotty, I haven't noticed. Is he hurt? Scotty Miller? I know he did play this season, I thought, at some point. I think I have the Bucks pulled up here. Scotty Miller has played in 3 games, 2 receptions for 11 yards. So he's not really a big focal point in the offense. Oh, what a grab, and he dropped it.
Yeah.
That would have been a heck of a catch.
Was that Brown again? It's crazy how good Brown is playing.
Yeah, Brown is, it's kind of the Madden curse, but Brown was, that's why with some of these guys, and that's why I wanted, and you're the same way, but Isaiah Wilson, instead of mocking him and making fun of him, I think we all wanted him to go out and get help. We wanted, a guy like Lawan to take him under his wing, and maybe Lawan did try it. Here comes this 48-yard field goal. Ryan Suckup missed the 36-yarder earlier, but then connected on 44. So here we go, 48. He
got it.
Got it.
It was
Wow.
barely in there.
Wow.
Nice.
Too much time on the clock, man.
Well, the Brady magic seep into Mac Jones and
I was going to say, I thought maybe
pulls a
Brady
comeback.
would switch teams and go try to win one for the Pats.
That would be hilarious.
1917. It's been one of those games. But yeah, I don't know what's up with Scotty Miller. I don't know. That'd be one of the guys too. Like, we got a lot of those type of guys on our team. I think Mason Kinsey is a Scotty Miller type.
Yeah.
I also think Cam Batson is, and honestly, probably Chester Rogers, same type of guy. But we need one of those lengthy guys who can go up and make a 50-50, kind of like a Corey Davis, but obviously not Corey Davis's salary. But I don't know if those guys exist in trade right now.
I think Reynolds could be that guy.
That's true.
Like
stay healthy.
I don't know. It was supposed to be Reynolds, AJ, Julio. That was the ideal plan. But now we got Rodgers. We got, Rodgers played well today. It was just, they gypped him on that play where his knee didn't go down.
Yeah, that's true. The only thing I kind of with Rodgers, it's like the second and third quarter he just disappeared. Like I mean, Batson disappeared. He disappeared.
Yeah.
And the only one that was basically doing anything was Reynolds. And like, give the Titans credit. I mean, they did try him deep. It didn't work out. But you guys, DeMario says Tannehill played good as what we can, basing under the circumstances, but did he look timid, second guessing? I thought he did. I mean, he usually tries to evade the pocket and run with his legs. And I noticed this was another one of those Baltimore Raven type playoff games where he just was going to go down with the ship. And I know he didn't have a lot of time, but usually Tannehill's a little bit more aggressive running the football. And I didn't see a whole lot of that tonight.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there. If it was because of the pressure and maybe it just wasn't open. I mean, they were containing the edge really well, so as far as on him, but wow, it is pouring in New England.
Super chat from Sean. Sean says, hey man, saw your stream for the first time today. Tough loss. Did you see Hollywood Brown lay out for the catch for Baltimore? I didn't. I know he had a big drop in one of the games leading up to tonight. So if he laid out and made a heck of a grab, it seems like a great bounce back. But hey, if you're a Ravens fan, I don't know if you are a Ravens fan or not, but we got to go for Baltimore next week because they play the Colts on Monday Night Football. And thanks again for the super chat, man, Sean. We do appreciate it. Because I think the Colts play the Texans, and they get a little bit of an easier schedule coming up. But Titans are just they gotta control what they control, and they just got to go out. They should have won today, and they got to go out and try to win next week.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris says our Jets solid. Their front four presented way too many problems, and again, No Flags Film kind of brought it up today in the pregame show about how good their defensive line was, and they didn't disappoint. So here we go, 25-yard line. 88 of you in the house. Don't forget to tighten up the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Back to pass is Mac Jones. And I don't know, are you going to throw the flag on that? I mean, yes, there it is. I was going to say. My goodness.
Yeah.
All they need is a field goal.
That was rough.
All they need is a field goal. I don't know what the Bucs are so upset they can't run the guy over. Sean says he's a Ravens fan living in Nashville. Titans are his number 2 team. That's an interesting combo there, Sean, because those teams playing in the playoffs have never won a home game. Whether it's the Ravens or the Titans, every time they've played, the road team has won every time. Yeah, I mean, it's still a flag, right? I mean, they kind of hit him. I mean, you can't hit him. They're saying it wasn't catchable.
Henry has 510 yards.
Wow.
In 4 games.
There you go.
Unbelievable.
Minute 47. All they need is a field goal. What a throw by that ref, says Josh. Over the Jets. Sorry, it's been a long day. I would take the defensive front over ours. The Titans defensive front. Titans defensive front was, we can't really, they did a really good job. I mean, I wouldn't say that the Jets ran it a whole lot, but the Titans did do their part in stopping the run today. And they did put pressure on Wilson, even though they couldn't bring him down.
Well, I succeeded tonight as far as Brady didn't throw one touchdown. I mean, he did he? Did he throw one touchdown pass?
I don't recall.
No, he didn't. He didn't throw a touchdown pass.
He broke the record, but yeah, 22 of 43, 269. That's not a real good
stat awesome
line for him.
For me.
For you it is, yeah. I'm assuming it's fantasy related.
Oh, yeah. I'm playing Al Pierce. I'm playing the Orly strip.
But yeah, look at the rushing department. 8 carries for -1 yards. You mentioned that earlier. That is a stat for you.
That's awful.
All right, 2nd and 6.
And they might win the ball game.
They could. Did they? I'm not sure what's going on. They're all pointing at him. Quick screen out of the backfield. They're going to pick up a first down. What are the Bucs doing?
1:11 to go.
What are the Bucs doing?
One timeout.
No, they're not going to throw the ball or run it. Oh, he did jump too. They got one away with one.
Yeah.
See him put his head down. I think Jack Rabbit's going to be there come tomorrow morning, but that's just my guess. But I know a lot of guys aren't super thrilled on what's going on. First down, go Pats, Jack Crawford. What team is Crawford on nowadays? Here comes the blitz. Get rid of it. Oh, just outside of the reach. 2nd down. See, I mean, obviously I didn't play professional football, but when the game's 19-17 and you make a play and it's 2nd down and the Patriots are literally like 15 yards away from in field goal range, I don't know why you're like bragging about making a stop there. Like, you got to get back at it and be right back, because if you don't, I mean, you're going to lose the game. You're only up by 2.
Crawford plays for the Cardinals.
Cardinals, okay.
I don't know if he played against us.
Did he catch that? He looked out of bounds.
I don't know. It looked out of bounds to me.
I mean, it looked really bad out of bounds.
No, he got it
Did he
because
get
his
it?
first foot landed and then he drug it.
Oh, okay.
It's a good call. That
Good
was a
call by
good
the
play.
line judge, number 9.
But here we go. 3rd and 3.
Oh, I don't know. He didn't have the ball yet, though.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at the
He
ball.
didn't secure the ball. I'm surprised they're not reviewing that one. All right, 3rd and
Who is
3.
New England's kicker now? Is it still
He's got to get
what's
rid of
his
it.
name?
Oh, good play, man. Is that
Yeah.
Levante David? Yep, David
What's
made
their
one heck of
kicker's
a
name?
grab. Or, I'm sorry. What was that?
What's their kicker? Oh, Nick Folk.
Can he kick this far in the rain?
Would the other guy retire?
Who's that?
56 yard. Their kicker they had for a while.
Oh, Gostkowski?
Was that the last one? Oh, here we go.
I don't know who would kick for him last year. He's not making this. No way.
Oh,
Not in the rain. Short. Hit the crossbar. You gotta be kidding
man.
me. No
He almost
good.
hit that, dude.
Oh my gosh. And
that's
it.
horrible.
Brady wins it. Oh, Belichick.
That's terrible. It
But
was
you
on
know
the
what? In the long
outside
run,
of
this is probably good for Titan fans that they lost because you never know.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, anytime AFC team, I think you
Bam,
just said
right
a
off
naughty
the
word.
crossbar. And we were up to 120. We were going.
Yeah.
Didn't get 100 likes tonight, but I mean, we came somewhat close.
How
I don't know
far
if
are we?
Brady should be too pumped up though. He didn't play very well. At least he won, I guess.
Nah, it is pouring down rain, but
That's true.
he probably should be used to that.
Yep. So Sherman led the team in tackles. How about that?
Wow.
So 55 seconds. Wanted the Patriots to win, says DeMario. So close, but yet so far. Wow. Yeah, it was a lot closer than our field goal kick at the end.
I mean, it was a win-win for me because Brady didn't get a touchdown and the Patriots lost.
Yeah.
Good
That's
consolation for earlier. I don't know. Probably doesn't matter, but something's got to make me feel better today, right?
Yeah. Dez is in the house. How about that? Des Fitzpatrick.
Oh,
Says,
that's
no
Fitz
good.
magic.
Who do you think wins tomorrow, Rossi? Raiders going undefeated still, or do you think the Chargers will beat them?
I think the Raiders are going to go undefeated. How about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe the Chargers are feeling real good about themselves because they knocked down the Chiefs and they'll go out and lay an egg tomorrow. I think it's is it in LA?
I don't know. I could see real quick. I kind of like the Raiders. I like how the Raiders are playing. I've seen a couple of their games this season.
Yeah.
I like how Derek Carr is like just, I mean, man, some of the plays he's making are incredible.
Yeah. And, that was a guy who a lot of people, Gruden has been put on the trade block for a while now. So,
I mean, he's had an amazing season. I mean, he hasn't thrown a lot of touchdowns, but he's done well throwing the ball. Their run game is pretty non-existent, though.
Uh-oh, I want to see this. Here we go. Is
Did
Bill
they
going to go give him a hug?
Are they going to hug and kiss?
No, Bill's not going to go talk to him. Bill's just going to get out of Dodge. That's too bad. I mean, the guy literally won how many Super Bowls? There we go.
Yeah, he gave him it was quick.
Good job, Bill.
It was quick. You could tell a lot of the fans had Brady jerseys on. Majority of them did. Some of them had half Brady, half Bucks jerseys.
Yeah.
Did you see that before the game?
Mm-hmm. Josh, what's his name? The offensive coordinator went up and gave him a kiss, but also gave him a huge hug and kind of talked to him more. Belichick was just like a quick one, but at least he did it.
That's good for Belichick, though.
Yep. That's got to be hard for Brady because there are a lot of
Yeah,
good
of
guys
course.
he left behind. And I shouldn't say left behind, but you know what I mean. Like, no, I'm not bringing that in a bad way. Like, he turned their back. But, when he moved on, there's a lot of these guys he was close with. McCourty was one of them. McCourty, one of the first ones to go out there and give him a hug. So,
And of course, I mean, you've been at anywhere, any job for what, 20 years. I
yeah.
mean, you're gonna miss people there. Probably a lot of the people who work in the offices, the the equipment guys, things like that. They get close to some of these guys
Yep.
that we never hear about.
Man. And cool for NBC to keep the focus on this right now because,
Yeah.
they could have easily turned it away and went somewhere else, but obviously this was the big hype. Yeah, Brady gets it done, 19-17. It wasn't a fun game by any means, but it wins a win, and
I knew they would come back and win.
you knew it? Nathan says, I just hate Brady.
No, not saying anything, but it's just, I don't know.
Hopefully the Titans beat the Bucs, and the Super Bowl football fan says, yeah, that's one way to look at it. Let's hope, right?
I hope so too.
Keisha says, went to an ortho last week with my 15-year-old son. He's a outside linebacker and went down last week's game and broke a bone in his wrist. Pray that he's okay, Keisha. Like I said, I saw my son yesterday get pushed from behind, and he laid basically motionless out on the field for, it seemed like 5 minutes, but it was more like 10 seconds, and he eventually got back up. But football's a physical game. So, yeah, prayers for your son. All right, Rossi. Well, I think we're going to close up shop, man. Good luck tomorrow. Again, let's Moving Mountains. Special guest over on Rossi's channel, Titan Rossi on YouTube. He is bringing in Sadler, the guy that's trying to make his dream happen. And he's out trying to bust his butt to get a chance to be noticed, to be heard. And in today's world, I love his what would you call his just not giving up on the dream. He lives in America for crying out loud, and people come here from all over the world to live their dream, so to speak, or and just hope it all works out for the guy. I mean, at least maybe gets an opportunity. I don't know, but I can't wait to hear your show tomorrow, and good luck, man.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Thanks for having me on, and hopefully next week we'll be talking about a win, and everything will be, fine and dandy in Titan world.
Yeah, hopefully.
You never know.
Rossi.
We'll see. Thank
All right,
you guys.
You guys
Thank
were
you
awesome.
so much.
Tighten up that like button. Don't forget to go follow Titans Rossi, and Bucks win it 19-17. Tighten up. We'll see you later. Take care.